Here we go. Here we go. Welcome to another episode of TMI Tuesdays. I am your host, Tonk 7. Welcome. Today is October 24th. We're getting to the last couple weeks of October. We're knee deep into football. What's up, everybody in the comments? Scrappy, Carla, Ryan, Daniel, Jay. Hopefully we got some audio now. I'm happy to be here. Excited for the show this week. I got some really good notes from the games I watched this weekend, and we got some things that I'm adding in now. So I'm really excited about this. Hope everybody is doing well. And you got to kick the week off right with your boy Tonk 7. And then I got my guests with me tonight. Let's see how many show up. I know Shake Money is there with me. I think color commentary might just be chilled in the background. We might have him come out at the very end of the show. I got something like we're trying to do. What is it called? Like an omissions report. And I got some good notes from this weekend's game. So I'm excited about that. And we're ready to rock and roll. Let me just open up a can of drink here. My American flag. Oh yeah, baby. Got the going to a Huskies game this weekend. Got the Portland Thorns hat on. Woo! And of course, you know who we repping. You know. I ain't even got to say nothing. I just chill. So where you at, guys? What's good?
Hey, I'm repping what you repping, baby.
Shake Money. I like it. And there's man color commentary. Color. I accidentally said commentary. You know what I mean?
Commentary, right? Color commentary.
You want to do a little Fanatics, our official partner?
Yeah, so we got Fanatics, our official partner. We got a link down below on the YouTube channel. If you go through that link, you can get a discount when buying through Fanatics. They always got a lot of stuff going on in there. So we'll do a little bit of that later on in the show, like some more of the internet site and some more of our other sponsors. And then I got another product I'm going to be showing just like last week. Got a lot of really good reception last week, so I'm super excited to show tonight what we got. But I'm ready. What we got? What we got for the first?
All right, good. Here we go.
So I'm just messing. I know.
It's only a troll job.
Right,
he was trolling me. I think that was a troll on me.
So week 7. I had to double check because I'm like, all right, I know the Dolphins are 5-2 now, but I just want to make sure it was in fact week 7 and not like week 8 or however they'd be sliding in there. But
correct, Tonk. We haven't had our bye yet, so the math should add up. You're correct.
Yeah. So let me see. So, okay. I don't know if I talked about this last time, but the XFL has 24 players that are signing letter of intent from colleges to go to the XFL when they graduate. So that's really cool to see. I wish Ali was here for this. Number 4 on the Buckeyes had an oopsie when he touched the ball after the punt. Even though they won the game, that was a crazy game. And if Penn State was a little better, they would have beat the Buckeyes. And I don't know if when that I remember when that specific error happened when they got the ball punted to them and the Buckeye player touched the ball. The camera panned over to the head coach, to Ryan Day. And like you couldn't hear what he was saying, but you could see what he was saying. And I read his lips and he was saying, "Damn you, Lou Holtz."
Hey, by the way, real quickly, for you, I'm gonna, since you're drinking, I'm gonna have me a Captain Morgan Mai Tai. So
it's Captain Morgan and the Mai Tai's already made?
Yeah, it's ready to drink.
Like a margarita in a bottle?
Yes, yeah, kind of like that, but it's a Mai Tai. Rum. I'm a rum guy.
I don't know.
I'm a rum and cognac guy. That's.
I don't know if I've ever actually had a Mai Tai.
I like the cognac.
Is it coconut rum?
No, it's spice rum. It's a.
Nah.
I don't know if it's spice.
That's something I would have a drink with you on, shake is some cognac.
Yeah.
So if you ever want to have a drink with me, that's the way to do it right there.
Rum is like whiskey of like the Caribbean.
Yeah, actually, that's where rum came from, the Caribbean.
Right. But it's like similar thing, but not at the same time.
What are you talking about?
Like I don't know, viscosity or, you know, the ingredient itself. It's similar to whiskey.
No, not really.
It isn't?
No, not at all.
You're talking to
trust me. I work in the alcohol beverage industry. So.
Oh, okay. So, yes. So my notes did start on. Okay, here we go. Thursday night football. That was a pretty good game. It ended up being a little boring, but then it turned out to be not too bad, especially when Taysom Hill threw for the Saints touchdown in the third. No, he caught the touchdown. No, he threw for the touchdown in the third, and then he caught a touchdown in the fourth. Taysom Hill, I love that player. He's one of my favorite players in the NFL. I think he's so dynamic. They were using him that same way seasons ago, and it's good to see that like a player is still having that kind of career. Let's see.
Sorry, that was an accident. Hey, Tonk, I got a question on that. Do you kind of think that maybe Taysom Hill got I don't want to say lucky for himself, but like lucky in the respect that they didn't try to like treat him like a regular quarterback and all that, and you know, like in other words, they kind of gave him a different path than a guy like Tim Tebow, which allowed him to accentuate the things he can do for a team and let him evolve into being kind of this Crash Jensen kind of guy that can do just about anything you want him to do, listed as a tight end. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, I wish they would have done that for Tim Tebow because he probably would have lasted. I think I didn't watch Taysom Hill in college, so I don't know.
That's precisely what I was asking and getting at. Was do you think that would have elongated Tim Tebow's career and kind of made it a different career altogether?
Yeah, I think so. I mean, he won a playoff game and the Broncos. So I mean, that's better than what they're doing now. So I think that like his type of quarterback, because I mean, that was how long ago did he enter the NFL? That was 2010. He entered the NFL.
Yeah, something like that.
So that was 13 years ago. Like now, that type of position is a little bit more acceptable. I think is what is happening.
I would say you're probably right that I would estimate about 15 teams could find some way to utilize Tim Tebow's skills now above what they got.
Even if it's for just 2 touchdowns or 1 touchdown a game, that can make so much of a difference at what they're doing with Taysom Hill. They don't need him. Like they just bring him in, but like they're doing a really good job of, because remember when the Broncos, the Dolphins tried to do the Wildcat in like 2006 or 2005 or 2007. Remember they tried to bring in the Wildcat, and it was blatantly obvious that they were about to try a Wildcat. And so like it didn't work, but like the way they're doing it with Taysom Hill, it doesn't like, it's not automatic. Like, oh, well, there's Taysom Hill. They're going to do Wildcat. You don't really know what they're going to do.
Right. Because he does have a fairly decent ability to throw the football. Right.
So it's like, and I think that was kind of like, when they announced that they're going with the Wildcat formation, they didn't do very much with it because I think of how much it was announced. But like I said, 13 years later, even that season, 2008, 15, 16 years later, we're starting to see this now. And definitely this is more of a Tim Tebow league, I think. But and he could have been, I think he would have done very well as a tight end. Mm-hmm. Like they tried to bring him as one in Jacksonville, but too many years went by. You can't just go back into the NFL 5-6 years later. Like it ain't nothing. Like it don't work like that. But
look, I think he came back to the NFL because it was Urban Meyer. I don't think he. I think he knew there was no chance for him making it. He just wanted to, you know what I'm saying?
Urban Meyer was 95% of the reason he got a second chance, but I mean, I would have took it if I was him too. Even who cares? Like, if at least you strike out swinging.
Mm-hmm.
But
one
there
thing
was
Tebow,
his little stint with the Mets. He tried the baseball angle too.
The one thing I'll read one thing.
Yeah, but he never got past their farm league.
Yeah, the one thing though about Tebow, I picked up from him. One thing he said was, "I don't care about failing. It's not trying. I don't fear failure.
Yeah, no, that's definitely Tim Tebow freaking quote. Yeah, but it's really nice to see that because the Saints aren't doing too well, but like I like how because that Taysom he was there when they had Sean Payton there. I'm pretty sure he was like 2 seasons ago.
What was that?
Yeah, Sean Payton's the one that basically developed him. And that's what I'm saying. It's kind of like, coaching difference where a guy like Sean Payton takes a guy like Taysom Hill. Imagine if Sean Payton would have had a hold of Tim Tebow. Would he have been able to kind of mold and convince Tim Tebow this is your path like he was able to do with Taysom Hill? You know what I mean?
I mean, I definitely believe that would have been achievable. Tim Tebow's he's a team player. I don't there's a lot of unknowns with that, but still a great story. And Alvin Kamara got
it'd be an interesting counterfactual,
Yeah.
if you're to go back in time and see what happens,
Yeah, he was definitely just awesome to watch. It was great. Yeah, because when I first started going to college, it was 2 semesters after he won a national championship the first time in 2006. So like I was in college, he was in college, and like it was a really interesting time to like root for a school like that, be in college and they're winning. It's like I didn't go there, but I went to school 2.5 hours from there, college. Yeah, it's I thought it ended up being a good game. Alvin Kamara got his first touchdown of the season. Hopefully Derek Carr is okay with that injury to his groin. He looked like he was in a lot of pain, but he held out. I mean, that's another thing that's good about Taysom Hill. Maybe he shouldn't be used as a starting quarterback. He came in and he helped Derek Carr. Maybe the Saints are on a 2 quarterback system. I mean, they've tried that before. It just hasn't worked very well. Colleges and NFL, but maybe that's what we're getting into. Let's see. But this was the Jags won, right? Because this was their best start since 2007.
We're
tied. We're tied right now with the record.
Jags are 5-2.
We're tied with what? Oh,
really?
Yeah, they're 5-2. Yeah.
Damn, wow. Man, Doug. Well, I mean, you got Doug Peterson, but the quarterback. I mean, he is. What's his name? What's the quarterback?
Trevor Lawrence.
Trevor Lawrence. He's an amazing quarterback. He's an amazing.
And I agree, Tonk, that's all that guy needed was a guy like Peterson.
Yeah, it's just I think a lot of quarterbacks would do a lot better if they had a head coach that is really good with quarterbacks. Like Bruce Arians is a good example. Like what he did in Arizona, 3 quarterbacks worth of freaking in one season, and how good he did with all of those quarterbacks.
Yeah, and with a guy like Trevor, it could just be. It doesn't necessarily have to be Doug Peterson in particular, but a really well-rounded, experienced head coach.
Well, they both have
was going to get what you're going to get out of Trevor Lawrence. You see what I'm saying?
I mean, yeah, but they both have championship experience. Just at Clemson, I went to St. Petersburg College, and close in St. Petersburg, Florida. I went to the Gibbs campus, the Seminole campus, the downtown campus. And on Midtown campus and the Epicenter, and maybe the Clearwater campus, but not like as I used to tutor people there actually too. I've been to the Tarpon Springs campus, but not inside.
So you kind of boogied up and down 19 for a couple years, huh?
Oh yeah. US 19, yeah. Hell yeah. 34th Street.
My dad lived over in Palm Harbor for a little while.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, in I don't not support the Jags. I like seeing them do good. It's nice because like I just feel like they just haven't been a super celebrated or team. Like pretty much just areas around Jacksonville. So it's nice to see because I mean they got it. They have the owner. I think he's first wherever he's from, somewhere in the Middle East. Khan or Kosh or something like that.
Yeah, I want to say he's got some Turkish descent.
I want to say Shao Khan.
I think it's Khan. Khan is his last name, right?
Yeah, some Khan or something like that.
That's Turkic. Yep.
So he's a minority owner, as in like his like not money wise, but so that's cool. I mean, have some diversity in our ownership. But yeah, I mean. Bucks aren't looking too good right now. Just kind of dangling around in there. I don't know. I want to have confidence in Todd Bowles. I don't know, man. It's tough. It's tough.
It's just good to know we got solid representation from Florida this year because I know not a lot of people. Jaguars don't have the heart of a lot of Florida, but they certainly got Duval County on lockdown, man. And they're not assholes. So if our team, God forbid, if our team bows out, I have no issue following right along with them and giving them my support. You know what I mean? Always have.
Absolutely. Absolutely. That's what I like about our Florida teams. They're all in different divisions, different conference. It's Tampa, like Ohio, both of those teams in Ohio are in freaking the north.
The only reason I'm able to stomach Tampa though is because they're in the other conference. You know what I mean? Otherwise, bro, that Garnet, I'm sorry, bro. It's just too close to this Florida State, man. I'm sorry, man. I can't stand it.
What?
Their team colors, bro. That garnet and gold. That garnet. Well, theirs is garnet.
Jags?
Garnet. Yeah, no, the Bucks. Theirs is garnet and pewter, and the Seminoles are garnet and gold.
Yeah, I don't know. All right, I can see a little bit of. I can see what you're saying. I actually have a shirt.
I mean, I hate the creamsicles, but I could support the Bucks if they wear their creamsicles. I don't like the garnet and pewter, man.
By the way, Cap, are you doing the banner? If we are, we're still on week 7. So.
Oh yeah, no, I'm. I will run it from here on out. So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, we're still just going around week 7. But man, freaking Dolphins, man, tough game. And like. What I took away from this game was you don't have to have a lot of mistakes to lose, especially to the Eagles. Like if between the touchdown that we got taken away and then that interception, that could have been 2 touchdowns right there. And those two errors, it's what cost us the game, really. I mean, there's always room for improvement. It's just, at least like, I think that this loss is easier to identify than the Bills loss. So that's our only 2 losses. Yeah. I think the Bills is harder to go back and watch than this game. I don't know why, but this game feels like it was easier
because of the effort level. I'm telling you, were going to say that, Cap, were you? Because of the lack of effort.
Well, because I mean, we were at 7-7 for what, like 3 quarters or 2.5?
It was 17-17 at right before half.
17-17, right? I mean,
it wasn't until about some point.
No, it was 17-10.
Turn away.
That's the halftime score.
It just those two things right there. I mean, that was that could have been 2 touchdowns right there, and that's what I took from the game. And then when he threw, and then when he got that turnover, that he threw it into double coverage. That was double coverage when he threw that threw that interception, and I think the third.
Yeah, but if you go back, you can look and see a obvious blatant hold when the running back was coming back for look. And I don't want to talk any more about it than this, but that was the most home cooking I've ever seen a team get in my life with the referees, as far as calls going all their way and no calls all over on them. And that's it. I mean, to me, it's what
I think I do.
It put an extra piece against the Dolphins the entirety of the game.
I do recall seeing holding and it didn't get called.
Yeah,
I do.
Bro. Like, I did a show yesterday about it, and dude, I've got video evidence. There's pictures. It's
the Eagles had 0 penalties.
0 penalties on the Eagles, while the Dolphins had penalties. 10. Dolphins had 10.
Yeah, I mean, well, that too. But that still kind of goes with what I'm saying. Like, this game, we can easily identify that Dolphins had 10 penalties, the Eagles had 0. That's a significant statistic to a football game.
Oh, exactly. So in a game like that, absolutely, Tonk. In a game like that, in a league of inches, absolutely, bro.
How we were holding each other for most of that game, I was like, all right, this is not bad. Like, I'd rather see a 7-7, 17-17 game than, you know what I mean? It just shows that we're working it. But you even said, like, the line of scrimmage, we have to win, and we just didn't win the line of scrimmage. I guess. I think it's more of what I initially said, those two.
I mean, toward the end there, Tonk, you're right. Toward the end there, we could not regain field position. We could not regain the line of scrimmage battle. You're absolutely right.
By the way, like we're saying, they did get 2 penalties. Unfortunately, they were all their penalties were offsetting. So
yeah, so technically the Dolphins got 12 penalties and the Eagles got 2. So if you want to be real,
it's basically the same thing because they don't get the penalties.
Exactly.
Like, it's removed, so it's basically it's the same thing.
Right. Tonk, I also wanted to add that clear drop by Tyreek that would have carried right into the end zone. That's a touchdown right there too. That was left on the field.
I must have missed. I didn't get to watch the whole game.
Well, Color, I think that was on the first drive. But remember, our offense didn't really move the ball on that drive.
I just happened to. Well, there was a discussion about it on another show. So I actually just looked at the all 22, and it was late in the third quarter. It was a 3rd and 3.
So we have.
Just to clarify.
So we got 10 games left, right?
Yeah. Well, yes.
Yeah, 10 games, not 10 weeks, but 10 games.
Yes.
So 5-2.
Yeah, so we only had a touchdown and a field goal.
I mean, I don't know.
Correct.
I think that, like I said, this game is a lot more easier to identify what went wrong, which in my opinion is a good thing, because if I can identify specific things that are obvious, right? But I don't know. It's just watching this game compared to the Bills game, I just didn't know where we went wrong with the Bills, but here I could tell it was, but I don't know. I guess I'm just paying a lot more attention to football now because of this show. Like, this show is like motivating me to up my game. So I like it. You know, I want to give good content. That's why I'm doing this. And I'm super excited. We'll get to it at the end of the show, the other things I want to talk about. But then so the Niners 0-2 in the last 2 games. That's crazy. I don't know, man. I mean, that he had an interception. Brock Purdy had a really, really bad interception.
It sounds like they're going through a funk, don't it, Tonk?
And then so I didn't like this. So the Lions lost to the Ravens. And did you see that interaction with the head coaches? Dan Campbell,
No, I missed that.
No, I didn't like it, dude. I thought it was very disrespectful to the head coach of the Ravens. Very disrespectful.
So what happened? So he didn't shake his hand?
He walked up to him and like shook his hand, but like bumped into him. Like, fuck you, bitch. Because he's a lot. He's a bigger person than him.
Yeah, good. I'm glad. I wish you would have punched him in the fucking mouth.
Dan Campbell
would have knocked a couple of his teeth out. Fuck him.
Oh, yeah, I'm fucking John Harbaugh. I wish you would have knocked John Harbaugh's bitch ass out.
Why?
The guy's a fucking scumbag. That's why.
Why? No, tell me.
Well, I can give you one reason, Tonk. I can give you one reason. I can give you one reason. Hold on. I can give you. I can give you one reason. Yes, I can give you exactly that reason. The guy has no class, bro. He
come on. Get over yourself.
Hold on. No.
John Harbaugh.
No. In 2019, when they beat us, when they came into our house and beat us 59-10, there was 2 minutes left. There was less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Okay, and they had the ball on our side of the field, and he's passing the ball.
Well, I tell you what, had that same for fucking when he bumped his chest. Fuck him.
What about,
like that gets people hurt, Tonk. That gets people hurt when you're up 59-10 and you're still trying to preserve time on the clock by passing the ball, bro.
Okay.
That's totally disrespectful to everybody. The game, the league, the players, their players' safety, all that shit, man.
When was that?
That was in 2019 when in.
Ooh, what happened?
Yeah, color.
Yeah.
Did you
knock
mute him?
Bitch ass out, shake.
So I don't know. I guess I didn't know this, but like, all right, didn't we just win by 60 points 3 weeks ago?
Yes.
Yeah, but there's a difference. But there's a difference there, Tonk. We tried to stop scoring. We put all our backups in the early in the fourth quarter. You can't tell a guy to stop running down the field if he's got wide open grass to run. You know what I mean?
I don't know.
Well, actually, Mahomes did a hook slide and tried not to score when they had the game sealed against the Jets. So you can try to intentionally not score. You could hook slide at a one.
Or just take the quarterback out of the game. True. But for instance, Tonk, we didn't kick a field goal there that would have captured the record. I understand that. And also yesterday, for example of class, okay. Can you move your microphone away from your mouth?
Oh, am I a little loud? I'm sorry. You can volume me down if you want, Capitan.
I can't do that.
I got you.
Yeah, so we if you want an example.
But hold on, I got some questions though.
Well, Sunday when it was clear they had it. There was 2 minutes left on the clock, and they kneeled the timeout.
So
that was class.
They did 4 kneels. Yeah, they didn't.
Lions Ravens score. What was the score? 6-38. That's not running it up, dude.
I know, but he's still a bitch ass.
I know, but that's not running it up.
I know.
What you're talking about with whatever, that's fine. That's another day. This was not running up the score. If you're getting whooped 38-6, that's your own damn fault. And if you want to run up and push somebody because you got your ass whooped, you need to get your ass whooped.
You don't know what that is.
Unless he if he did something disrespectful during the game.
I am paying for front row tickets. John Harbaugh in the cage.
I mean, if he did some disrespectful, then I understand. If he did something that
remember
like
Dan Campbell, I believe Dan Campbell was not at the time, but Dan Campbell was a former Miami Dolphin, so he might have taken issue with him running it up on the Dolphins that day.
Mm-hmm.
But what I'm saying is, if John Harbaugh did something that could hurt the players during that game, then I understand, and I don't have a problem with it. But a 38-6 score, and you want to run up and almost knock him to the ground, like, dude, you're in the wrong sport because that's not running it up.
You're in the right sport.
I'd have to see the end of the game. I'd have to go back and look, Tonk, and see the end of the game.
Yeah, it's only a 31 point
ball. If he was passing the ball with 3 minutes left, you know what I mean?
But if he's doing something that is hazardous, then I have no problem with that. But
I am scouring the internet for this video and I can't find it anywhere. Where is this chest bump? I got to see this because
what happened with chest bump?
I saw it. I saw it on Sports Center.
Tonk is reporting it firsthand. This is the report right here.
When the head coaches go and shake hands, Dan Campbell he ran into John Harbaugh.
Well, maybe it was just running. I don't know.
No, dude. Trust me.
Is that a new form of handshaking?
Yeah. Punch him in the face. It's a new handshake.
Yeah.
Is that the new version of a handshake? Maybe that's his way of handshaking. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe it's a face shake.
Yeah.
I shake with my chest.
I shake with my chest.
Right.
John Harbaugh's old lady.
It's how he lets him get a feel of his man boobs.
Yeah, they smashing ham boobs. Man boobs are being smashed together.
He's like, check this out. He's like, check out these bad boys.
Yeah.
I'd like to see the super slow motion.
Well, you know what's crazy is that remember.
What about the super slow motion? You'll see John Harbaugh's chest like flap. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you get to see it ripple.
Remember when the Lions and the Niners played? I think it was 2012, and they were both undefeated, and the Niners beat the Lions. And it was the head coach, I think they're Jim something. It was Jim Harbaugh was the Niners head coach, and it was Jim something.
No, that wasn't Niners. That was Niners versus Ravens when John Harbaugh versus Jim Harbaugh. Yep.
No, not the Super Bowl. I'm talking about regular season. The Lions were undefeated and they lost to the Niners, and Jim Harbaugh walked up to the other Jim and just hey, what you say, kids? Just get on my face, dude.
Who was the other Jim? Who was the Jim that was coaching the Lions at the time?
He did "Sucks for you, bro." You're on the handshake, and then Jim Schwartz
shouldered him.
Jim Schwartz starts chasing after him and shit, and the camera crews are all running it. And he's like,
"Damn, I need this in my life. Damn it, where is this at?"
I don't know. 10 years ago is where it's at. It was definitely December or January.
Man, I gotta watch football with Tonk, man, because
he's noticing the right shit, bro. Man. He's noticing the right shit.
It's awesome, dude. It's awesome. You're welcome. Yeah. So let's see what else I got here on my little notepad, my iPhone notepad. I love this phone, by the way. I got an iPhone for. There's a lot of reasons that led me to get to an iPhone, but I figured I'll have the best of both worlds. I have an iPhone for my personal phone and then an Android for my work phone, because what's good about the Android is I could put an SD card in here, a terabyte SD card, and have 15,000 songs. So if I go get lost in the wilderness for a weekend, I don't need to have cell phone service to have every song I ever want to listen to. But I can't really do that on an iPhone.
You could download them straight from iTunes.
Yeah, but it's not the same. It's not the same. It's not the same.
Tell them, Tonk. Expand.
So I bought it you can't DatPiff. I download music off of there, and then when I buy it off Amazon, and I could download it to the phone, and it stays on the phone on the SD card. It's different with iPhone.
It right off of iTunes.
But iPhone, I like it because making videos and pictures and all that. This phone is so dope. And I love the facial thing where every app is just oh man, I'm never going back with my personal phone. I'll always have an iPhone forever.
iPhones rock.
Yeah, they're dope. All right, let me see what else I got on the notes for tonight.
They're the shit, bro.
Yeah, so that tush push really does hurt, dude.
Yeah, fuck that tush push shit. Have you put all your shit in your Apple wallet? I don't even carry a wallet no more.
A little bit.
I haven't carried a wallet and I can't remember when.
Yeah, but I have other.
What about your driver's license?
Yeah, but I can't get.
What about your driver's license?
I got a digital license. Take money.
What?
A digital driver's license? That sounds like something from New York.
How do you do that?
Risque.
You can't have a digital,
as hell, bro.
A digital. Yeah, see Jim Shorts. Yep. A digital. It would be nice, but I don't know when
it
they
was
have
Jim Schwartz.
I'm just saying, y'all are risque.
May the Schwartz be with you.
You can find yourself saying something politically incorrect that Apple don't agree with, and next thing you know, you can't log into all your wallets. Yeah,
that's a wives' tale. So you people stay stuck with the fucking other bullshit.
Yeah, good luck
ain't
with
doing
all
that shit to me,
bro. That ain't a wives' tale. That happened.
Yeah, go get Apple, bro. It sucks.
That shit happened with this guy's Amazon account, bro. That ain't no wives' tale.
Yeah, one dude in the fucking entirety of it. I mean,
and we're in color. You're telling a dude who just
had
his
because he didn't set up any safeguards.
Off the fucking planet.
So he was a dinosaur.
Knows what it's like.
I got my Facebook fucking kicked in the nuts.
So
they got
Amazon,
shit to do with my Apple iPhone.
Right. Check this out. So hold on. So the Amazon delivery driver thought they heard something incendiary through the person's Ring doorbell.
Yeah.
And they reported it to their administrators, and their administrators locked the guy's Amazon account. And just so happens it's the same user account that controls all of his home automation shit. So he couldn't even freaking turn his lights on.
Well, you know what?
Well, see,
Guess
that's
what?
you get dependent on.
That sounds
well,
like
he can.
He
just used the manual switch.
Yeah, that's never. I don't care.
That ain't got shit to do with my iPhone.
No, bro, that's what I'm saying, Crypto. They build these houses now with no manual switches, man.
Yeah, but no, that'll never happen to me. That'll never happen.
Yeah, they got that. Yeah, they get that's unsafe to build it without.
I will never need electricity to allow me into my house. Electricity.
Yeah, fuck that.
Now.
Are you Amish? Are you Amish?
No.
Okay, never mind.
yeah, the Amish definitely go without electricity,
key, bro.
Using candles and
yeah, but I'm not talking about. I have does it look like? Does it look like I don't have electricity right now?
It could be candles. I don't know.
Big block of ice stored in the box.
Hey, wait a minute.
Computer's electric, Tonk.
Forget about your background. You're on the internet right now. Like, seriously.
Yeah,
hey, you don't know.
But
somebody
we got a hamster. It's got a hamster turning a wheel, generating electricity.
Somebody could be behind that Dolphins flag in a bicycle generating electricity.
That would be dope.
Exactly.
You got a little
somebody riding a bicycle.
No, he's all on the street corner, tapped into the box, and he's got a green screen background. Is that what you're saying?
I do not confirm or deny.
Got a bunch of hamster wheels going on. You got all the hamsters working.
I need
overtime.
those hamsters.
You got the muscle hamster.
I need a bunch of hamsters. Hook it up.
Those things never get tired.
Oh, jeez. So yeah.
I'm
actually about to order this little lockbox that I'm going to screw like somewhere hidden and just put my keys in there. So like when I go to sports events, I can just put my keys in there.
So you don't lose them while you're out.
It's just less things. It's just less things that I have to carry on me, or I'll just stick them in my wallet like color.
If you had an electronic fucking door, you would.
Hey, you guys don't have digital wallets, like digital IDs for your driver's license in Florida?
No, we don't have digital. We don't have digital IDs yet that can work. But I'm sure.
I don't know.
We can use digital insurance cards.
Which state would? Hold on. Let's try to guess. Which state would be the first state to have a digital driver's license?
Small state.
I got one right now, Maryland.
Yeah, but Maryland.
They have a digital driver's license there?
Yeah, you can download your digital driver's license from the DMV.
Somewhere that's not right next to the capital of the United States.
Mm-hmm. Hey, listen, what happens if you get pulled over and your battery's dead?
I mean, it's all fucking on computers now anyhow, dude.
Right.
Yeah, the police just only pushing in your actual
give them your name and shit and what information you do have, and they'll figure out
technically it's all digital anyways.
Yeah, like, what are we talking about? Why haven't you got to carry a motherfucking ID anymore?
Right. That's why Maryland converted it so you can put it in your Apple Wallet or your Google Wallet.
You know what's really dope about Florida is you don't have to have a concealed carry anymore.
I don't have to conceal my weapons here in Florida, so booyah.
Yes, you do. You just don't have to have a license.
It's already made for a more polite society around here.
It's open carry out here.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I had to conceal my weapon because they told the Florida says I got to wear pants. So
Right.
Exactly.
Dude,
we're an open carry. Hold on. We're an open carry state too, but most townships don't let you.
I have four concealed carry licenses
for different states.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
I would have never guessed that, Tonk. No offense, but I would have never guessed that.
It was on accident. It was cheaper to get 3, because I got one in Florida and then I moved 6 months later.
Okay.
And so I'm out in Oregon and I go to get an Oregon one and they're like, oh, well, the Oregon one is 150, or you could do Oregon, Utah, and Arizona for 99. I'm like, oh,
right.
Well,
you still got your Florida? You still got your Florida?
What? Yeah.
Yeah, so that's good. So that's good. That's good in Missouri too. So count that state.
Oh, I can't wait to not go there.
Oh, Missouri honors any states that issue it.
Well, I don't know about any state. I know Florida and Missouri
you definitely
are
need a fucking gun on you, bro. If you're there, you better have a gun.
I'll have all 4 because all 4 work in Missouri, so I'll wear all 4.
I thought they would honor each state like a
no, but and then so that gives me reciprocity in a whole bunch of states.
Well, I think Missouri itself became no concealed needed, but they honor Florida's, but Florida's no conceal needed too. So it's all the same.
What's this Leo credentials? What's Leo credentials?
Maybe
law enforcement official is.
I was gonna say
where you at in the Northwest?
Or law enforcement.
They ain't giving me that, dog. They ain't gonna give me that shit.
Yeah,
Leo's.
Yeah, all the states near Washington.
I know military to have for like it's a federal one. But they even have to still be careful.
Yeah, they have like Utah. I don't know if theirs are class 3s, but they can easily get a class 3 weapons permit. Mostly,
I'd be lucky they let me work in a bail bonds office.
They can get that shit.
I've tried to use my concealed carry ID as like ID when I go to places. Like they're like, "Can you show ID?" And I show that. They're like, "Oh, you're not allowed to have a gun in here." I'm like, "I don't have a gun in here. I'm just using it as ID." She's like, "Oh, but you can't use this as ID." I'm like, "Okay." Because it has my picture.
I know, bro. The chick at the Wawa tried to tell me that about my marijuana license too. I'm like, "What are you kidding? This is a state issued photo ID. What are you talking about?"
And like, I wouldn't do that if I did have a gun on me. I wouldn't do that. But since I didn't, I was like, let me just see what happens. Because like nothing bad can actually happen, right? Because I'm not breaking any laws. But like it's like
people are so deathly afraid of the ATF getting them for selling cigarettes to a minor that they're like, nope, I can't take that.
Whatever,
it's like the chick flat out told me it wasn't a legal ID. I'm like, yes, it is. She's like, no, it's not. I'm like, well, here's my driver's license, but yes, it is. And I walked out, man.
Yeah, it's I mean, it's a good thing to have.
The state just needs to issue guidance on that, so companies like Walgreens and Wawa's clerks can get the info they need.
Sounds like a problem I don't care about.
I got my concealed carries before I even opened it.
Pretty soon it'll all be one United States ID. We're all gonna have one world ID.
Because in Florida, you don't have to register your gun, so like you can carry your friends and it not be a big problem.
Listen, as a lifelong Floridian, I don't think you ever really had to register anything with your guns or fucking have a permit. Now, if you want to conceal a weapon, all right, but you can pretty much take a gun anywhere you go.
Okay. So that's
you could carry a gun in your car. You just can't.
Right. And the other issue is that we are an open carry state. The problem is that these local townships and counties will ban brandishing, which is showing it in public. Then you figure, well, I'll just put my shirt over it. That's where the state came in and said, no, you can't conceal it. You need a permit to do that. They've eliminated that permit. So when I walk into a town, you can open carry. But if I walk into a town that's not allowing open carry, then I'm allowed to conceal it now without a permit. That's ultimately what it means. You still can't go into a government building. You still can't go into a church. You know what I mean? You still can't go into certain places. It's as if you already have a permit.
Well,
you still have to follow the laws of that permit, even though there's no permit.
Because DeSantis has said, no, this is how it's going to be.
But it's not just that. Like, there was such an influx of people getting concealed weapons permits. They're like, fuck it, just give it. because and people were voting on it all over the place. It became a topic issue, and it was an easy win. And
I think hey. another reason why they wanted to do away with, because Rick Scott, the douchebag governor before this this guy, he in order to get a medical marijuana, you had to relinquish your
dude license. Yes,
exactly.
Look, and I did not learn the hard way with that. I asked a whole bunch of people. I said, look, does a medical license mess? And like, I got different answers. So what I did was, that's why because I could get medical marijuana because of my health. In Florida, when I was living there, chronic. No, I could. And so, but I didn't want to get the actual license because I didn't know confirmed, but I was suspicious that it might influence the concealed carry. And I called a couple of people, and they said it's so impactful that if you want to have your concealed carry, you can't have the license for you can't have the medical marijuana license for at least a year before doing the concealed carry application. Wow. So like, I just stayed away from it. That's why I got my concealed carry first. And then I was going to figure out like medical, but then I just ended up leaving Florida anyway. So it doesn't matter.
Right.
But I'm glad I didn't learn, because I don't know. I didn't want to learn the hard way. I'm so glad I asked I'm so glad I asked questions, dude. I've saved myself from so much stuff from asking questions like that. And a lot of times people don't have answers.
And the Second Amendment advocates, contended that basically paying $150 for a permit to my county to be able to conceal my gun makes it cost prohibitive. And they have a point there. You know what I mean? So there you go.
It just comes down to simple logic, right? Of things and people in the states and where these people are and live. If you're in Montana, probably should have a gun on you at all times. Not for nothing, but fucking animals. You know what I'm saying? If you're in Florida, probably should have a gun on you at all times. If not for nothing, fucking animals. And
like
I mean people. So again, that's really how you got to
including all species of the ape family.
All right, so let's move on. What we got next? Oh man, I spelled sign wrong. Did I spell it wrong?
No, that was me. Don't worry.
All right.
I got it.
It's all good, because I was just curious. I just want to know. Don't ever do it again. But I just wanted to know. It's all good, dude.
Please forgive me.
No, because I checked my grammar before I sent it over. I try to be as grammatically correct as possible, because when I was in college, I had to do that in my last couple semesters, like last year and a half.
It could cost you a contract.
And it was just, I don't know, it's just nice to learn. But so this is crazy. Like, I don't know how y'all feel about it, but with they're saying how long this dude was doing it and how many games he went to and stuff, like, that sucks. That sucks if Jim Harbaugh really was doing that.
Well, if you remember, right, it just seemed like 2 years ago, Michigan was one of those teams you're like, God, dude, they give this guy everything. His budget, how much he's getting paid in Michigan. He's flying the team to fucking Ireland or some shit.
Oh, yeah.
But they suck. They just get beat all the time. They don't win more than 8 games, 7 games. They'd have terrible. They would beat up on the no-name schools they're supposed to beat, and they'll go against Arizona and lose. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, but then all of a sudden they turn around and they're like one of the baddest teams of all time. And I was like, what changed? And they're like, oh, he's got his system rolling. I'm like, that guy's been there fucking 12 years or so. He's been there, it seems like forever. And now that it's coming out that there's sign stealing, yeah, I would say somewhere around when things started turning for the better is when the sign stealing started.
No, he hasn't been there that long.
Michigan State?
No, Michigan.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Harbaugh.
Yes, I am.
Oh, okay. Well, then, yeah. How long's Harbaugh been there? He's been there fucking, it seems like. Huh?
4.
4 years? No.
5.
How long's Harbaugh been at Michigan?
They were good as soon as he got there.
175 years.
They were good as soon as he got there.
Since 2015, bro. He's been there since 2015.
Wild, that's 8 years. That's 8 years. I thought it was long.
Or you said 10.
I said like 10 years. Closer to 10.
No, it's not good. I don't know. Yeah. I think they've always been good.
Michigan's a fucking program that used to be
but then they win, 49-0.
He's got a 74-25 record.
74 what?
In 25.
74-25.
I mean, they've been to the Big 12 championship. I mean, they were always undefeated by the time they played Ohio State.
So if you think about the averages, that's like 2.5 seasons of crap.
It was only Ohio State winning because it was Urban Meyer.
I just felt like there was a time every time I watched them on TV, because obviously I'm not in their market, but when they came on against Ohio or fucking Notre Dame or whoever, they could never beat those teams. And not only not beat them, but they got outclassed completely in those games.
I don't know. I feel like he's always done a decent job. I mean, they haven't won the big games, but...
And then last year, I know he had that defense last year that was fucking crazy.
But I mean, I don't know.
Good as hell last year.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. I mean... It's like, so the NIL has been around for 2 seasons now.
Sounds about right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Feels like it's been around forever.
It's definitely got it. Like, if you have money to spend, then it should definitely be a little easier, somewhat easier to get good talent and win games versus still the need to cheat like that.
Yeah,
it just sucks because it's like, damn, man, like it just taints so much of like how long he's been there. Because if it's true, then it's like, how long have you been doing it? Were you doing it when you were the 49ers head coach?
Yeah, cheating is fundamental.
Yeah, dude. If you ain't trying, if you ain't cheating, apparently.
I mean, hey, ain't that
integrity is something that losers talk about. When they first
announced this, they're like, "Oh, well, that's not that big of a deal if it's like 1 game or 2 games." I mean, if I was seeing it on the sidelines, I would be trying to read the other side and see if I can make connections and plays. And I don't know. I think that's just part of the game, but. Like sending people around and the spying game. That's what isn't that like similar to what they said Bill Belichick did?
Yeah. Right. Yeah. Y'all don't remember the growing up the publicly funded reading campaigns? Like reading is fundamental. Yeah, it should be cheating is fundamental.
Astros
cheating the American way.
I mean, I'm happy for Dusty Baker, but like I wasn't, and it was when they won when Astros won last season, I think it was. It's good to see that they won it and, didn't need to cheat. And I like Dusty Baker, but like when they went out just recently and now it's Texas in the World Series, I'm like, good. Like, I don't really care to like, I don't know. Like it's crazy. Like it's.
Again, when you touch about Spygate, what happened? Nothing. Didn't stop them from being a dominant team for the next 8 years afterwards.
Yeah, exactly.
Cheating opened the door to them build a powerhouse, and the infamy with the refs, the everything. I mean, it is what it is. The only way you can win that is popularity and coolness.
I'm not gonna like.
Popularity. Who has the popularity and the coolness?
I mean, this stuff is gonna happen. I wouldn't.
Fonzie.
I mean,
I know.
It's when this was first announced, people were like, it's not that big of a deal. So if that's how the general public feel about it, then it is what it is. But like the level to go this far seems to when people have such an impact on an opinion about it.
This comes where I want to say about 2 weeks ago, I forget what team.
And so the reason why
There was a guy on the sidelines of the visiting team with a cell phone case. Wasn't it the Niners or the Vikings or something? And he was obviously looking at the plays. He's videotaping the plays. This just happened like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so it's like I don't know. Did you say that he was connected to somebody, or they just saw a guy doing?
No, I mean, all it was people were like, "What the fuck?" And a guy behind the Vikings sideline and was there with a knife, and on his phone it was like he was holding his phone up like this, and there's a guy with a play sheet just beyond him. And on the phone case, it was the visiting team's phone case. It had the logo.
It's like, is he that dumb? It's like, no,
repping the Niners on the other sideline.
He's like got a Niners hat. He's like filming the thing. He's like, how they know it's me. He's like something fucking Peter Griffin would fucking try to do, dude. He's like, maybe if I dress as a lamp, they won't notice.
Does anybody remember in chat? This just happened like 2 weeks ago.
Wait, okay, so that's obvious, blatant cheating, right? So no,
But how about the one where New England goes to Bengals? Oh, we're filming a documentary, and then they caught them filming the Bengals.
That's right. Yeah,
that's blatant cheating. That's blatant cheating, and that should be. And
damn, they said they were filming a documentary.
I think.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Maybe that's why they had the team cell phone case, because most people would just assume, oh, those guys are the media people for that team.
If I were the Niners and I sent it to a guy to go watch a game and film a game, I would make sure that his phone case didn't have the 49ers freaking logo on it. I don't know. I don't know how much is that is common sense. So like, how do you not know?
Yeah.
Well, it's just
how would you not know?
The camera guys are all in there and they're like, yeah, what up? Where's the clam chowder at? Or whatever the fuck their Boston ass accents.
Right. Well, Tonk.
Where's the Pepperidge Fams?
And Tonk, it's the same thing. I've often wondered, like when these guys like these evil nation regimes, right? And they're on trial for war crimes and all that. And then I often wonder, why did they document all of their criminal activities? Like they document everything, like, oh, bureaucracy. Oh, we killed this many people and dumped them in a ditch. You know what I mean? It's like, and it's all on paper. Like, you have to report it. You know what I mean?
I don't
know. You got to have the paper trail of all your atrocities.
Well, it's not just that. You think those atrocities are part of the success story? That's how.
Right. Exactly. They think they was documenting success. They was documenting high crimes.
Listen, man, I have.
Well, that's what I mean. When somebody's doing something like that, they're very prideful. Well, what I mean is that's somebody's pride and hubris getting, like, that's why people that are doing that are usually narcissists. And they're usually going to think, oh, what do I care if I got my cell phone case that shows up from the other team?
You're right.
So maybe it's hard for me to understand like that level of stupidity, I guess.
Well, you're right about the narcissism, right? In some ways, for certain people. Hold on, let me land on this and then we'll move. But I mean, it's no different than what we're seeing out of the Middle East right now. I mean, they're videotaping the whole assault on both sides. And that's what it is. Everybody got a camera now.
It's always been on war out there, man.
Yeah.
Ever since my whole life, all I've ever known is war going on over there. It's like,
bro.
It's like what do you, like I know, and I look at it as both. Like I know people on both sides, but like if you Google search Pakistan, no, not Pakistan. It's
Israel.
No.
Lebanon.
No.
Uzbekistan.
No.
Pakistan.
Palestine.
Palestine.
It used to be a country. It's not a country anymore.
No, it hasn't been a country in ever. Really.
But why is that? You know, like it's crazy. Like it's just sad, man.
It goes back to the 1st century.
It just sucks that there's so much war.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well,
sucks, man. It's such a
that's correct, Crypto.
It's like I don't even
Palestine
know.
was actually a designated Roman province called Palestine.
That's right.
Nomads.
Yeah.
I think it's the heat, because I tell you what, countries that have winters don't really give up, are too fucking cold to fight.
So you think the Heat's just cooking everybody's noodle?
Yeah, pretty much.
Wow.
It's
give these people some shade. You want peace? Give them some fucking
shade.
Like, yeah. Why do you think there's no wars in Canada?
I just wish there wasn't so much
fucking
war.
cold.
Like, there's war going on. We were just at war. We were over there at a war 20 years. It's like, just like stop killing each other. Just like I don't know why. Why can't they just stop doing that? Regardless, we're at war too. We're at war with each other here too.
War on drugs is
there's not very much difference. It's just more land.
Well, the latest is we're surrounding Iran, and it looks like we're at war. We're going to be at war anyway.
So, all right, let's move on to the next topic because.
Yeah, we'll do that if it all comes to fruition because we'll have to probably talk. If it's big news like that, we're talking about it.
It's getting
there. No. Back up one.
My fault. Michigan. Yeah, you cheating bastards.
No. Oh, he put that together. So Michigan State was just supposed to be Michigan State, and then sign stealing was the second. Was another one.
Okay.
Not gonna lie, that kind of makes me want Jim Harbaugh as a coach even more.
Okay, my bad. Because you know what? Michigan and sign stealing. That's who was stealing the signs.
Michigan. Right. But I had them separate. They weren't. One was on top of the other.
Okay,
it's okay. It's okay. No, it's all good. I ain't mad.
Michigan stole the other part of the thing again. They stole the sign stealing words.
They even got it.
Right. They stole Tonk's sign.
There's a guy. Right. It's freaking. It's crypto back there with his. Which one of us is it? Out of the five is it the one that shows?
Sometimes when my bad.
It's like there's the guy at the game.
Well, because I figure sometimes when you put things too long. When you puts things too long, it separates them.
Look, because I just Google searched today sports news, and I saw an article about Jim Harbaugh, but it said the NCAA could eliminate sign stealing with one simple fix. And what they talk about is having equipment in the players' helmets. And just talk directly to the players. I thought they already do stuff like that, but so it says So
probably not at the college level.
So about 7 or 8 years ago, the NCAA's football committee considered adding communication equipment to select players' helmets. It would allow coaches to relay plays directly to them without the need for elaborate systems using hand gestures or display boards, let alone concerns over opponents stealing those signals. So I guess but I know I've seen, I remember seeing Tim Tebow like squeezing his ears together.
What? The hell was he doing?
That's how they won all them games, fucking cheating.
There you
Tonk
go.
Caught him again. Caught him again.
Florida is guilty party, so Michigan's not alone here.
Who else you see out there? Investigation. Stealing signs. Get ass.
That's not stealing. I thought that was a coordinator talking to the player.
AR-15 is guilty as well. You got to wrap them up.
I thought that was already a thing though. So that's not allowed in college right now.
Ken Dorsey did the same thing. That's why they took the championship away from you from Ohio State.
Isn't there speakers and microphones in NFL quarterbacks' helmet?
I don't know. None of us know. I'm looking up.
I thought there are. I thought there was all.
Well, a lot of times.
Shake, you might be onto something. We need to look back. We need to look back and find out if that coach.
That's already been.
We need to look back and find out if that umpire that called that pass interference in the Ohio State Hurricanes game is the same one that officiated Sunday night.
Listen, I got it right here. It says in college football, quarterbacks are not allowed to have a microphone.
No, that guy's probably old and retired.
What about
hold on? National Collegiate Athlete Association rules do not permit the usage of electronic communications between coaches and players during games, including the use of mics. However, some players do have speakers in their helmets to hear what the coach is saying.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what I saw. was Tim Tebow squeezing his
So
helmet.
what are they fucking
can't have
talking
two-way
about here? How is
communication.
that?
He's telling him which play to do.
No. Well, I think he was squeezing his helmet, saying, "I can't hear you. I need."
Okay, maybe that's what it was.
But
I'm
why
not
do they
sure.
need the signs then? Maybe it's for defensive players, so it's probably only the quarterback that has the speaker in it, and they don't have defensive players that got the speakers in it or some shit.
Okay, yeah,
Maybe that's what it is.
But I know I've seen.
You've seen quarterbacks do it because they just said quarterbacks got speak, but they don't have a microphone.
Okay, but all right, good, because I remember seeing it. You know what I mean? Like during games.
Yeah.
I don't know why they don't start doing this. I think it would be a lot better, honestly. I mean, imagine that would be insane. Like, imagine like the whole team on one like interface or one radio link.
No way. You can't do that. You got to have like one guy on defense and the quarterback.
No, right. Hold on, sorry.
Instances.
Okay, offense and defense, I guess, right?
Yeah, but you can't have multiple. Maybe
no,
guy.
You're right. I don't know. I was saying that. Of course, we would have it separate like that, but like, imagine. I don't know. Do you think that would make it better if the players all like the offensive line and all the rest of the offense on one one channel?
I don't.
Do you think that would help?
I mean, would it help? Yeah, but like,
because I mean, imagine if he's like, look,
it kind of takes away the error of football.
But like, then at the same time, but like, there is no need because they just call out the play, anyways. Like in the NFL, like freaking Peyton Manning.
But in the huddle, you're going to take away the ability for crowds to get involved in that way. Because if the crowds are loud enough and the quarterback got the play, but he still can't call it out and everybody hear it clearly enough. And it doesn't even take much. It could be one term that the wide receiver heard differently. And he's open, but he's not running the right route. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of the thing.
I don't know. I figured this technology would have already started to exist more in football. I just assumed that. I guess I never really actually.
They use tons of technology.
But I mean, ever since I've seen it, to cheat. No, but I knew when I first saw it that like it wasn't illegal what he was doing because they were saying, "Oh, he's covering his ears because he's trying to hear what the coordinator is telling him." So like that was a long time ago. Tim Tebow was playing for Florida, so I've known it for a long time.
You were right. I just
never associated it as. You know what I mean? Like, I guess I've never looked at it, but I think, I think that would actually be better because it didn't. Then now Jim Harbaugh, try to cheat all you want. You can't, they don't even have the signs up. So it's like, that's why I like it. When you have a fake sheet, that's why I do like it because actually I think it's a change that is a good change because it makes it harder to cheat, but in a good way.
Yeah, I think they should give everybody on offense the fucking thing, and then also allow one person from each team on the sidelines to cheat. So you got another guy over there on their sidelines. He's walking around trying to steal stuff all day. Well, let's just go full in it.
No. That sounds stupid as hell.
Nobody knows who he is. He could be a staffer. He's just like a policeman sometimes. Let's turn it into a shit show.
Okay, Jim Harbaugh. Dude, you're literally Jim Harbaugh right now.
I mean, listen, they're already doing it. It's like everything else.
It's like, look at my new hat. It's like maybe
everybody's smoking pot. Make it legal.
So anyways, forget what the hell that was. So no, I think that would be dope as hell. And then because I like that. I think it would make the game better and it would make it harder to cheat. Which
I don't know. I don't like change personally because every time change, it's there's always a correlation.
There's always going to be change.
Yeah, and I know that, but change typically means this is how they're fucking screwing you over right now.
So,
that's what it means.
So something that'll make the game better.
Does it though? Every time they make the game better, it's something everything gets fucked up around. That's been a fact in football.
So tell me what's going to get messed up.
Okay, so they did the challenge flags, and then the challenge flags was a shit show. Then they've changed it.
No, I'm talking about my team.
I don't know. Maybe somebody hacks one of the frequencies of the center, and he thought it was the call is for 2, but someone's like 3. I don't fucking know.
Okay,
I don't know.
Well, that's just a frequency thing.
Again.
That can be adjusted. That's trivial to.
You can't use your helmet in the Patriots Stadium. Everybody knows that. Literally, Gillette Stadium, downtown Boston. Their helmets work, but not the visiting team.
And I've heard that before.
Oh yeah, no, it's common fact. Everybody knows it. When you're going against the Patriots,
that before about the NFL.
When you're going against the Patriots and you're the visiting team, they practice, and a lot of times it gets talked about by the media. They'll ask the visiting team, "Hey, what are you doing to prepare?" And they'll be like, "Oh, we're working on our hand signals. We're going to Gillette." They've been doing that shit for 30 years. Everybody knows. It's just, oh, look at that. No microphones. We're in the fucking middle of a downtown metropolitan, one of the oldest cities in the country. Nobody got service for a fucking 2-way mic. Are you kidding me?
But I don't know. That's
Again, that's how they cheat.
Be amended. That's not a big deal.
Well, then why hasn't it been fucking amended? It's been it'll happen right now. The game in fucking this weekend. Well, not this weekend. We're playing in Miami.
This rule has been implemented, man. I'm saying that this rule was implemented.
Oh, this rule. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. I don't like change.
Yo, you're killing me tonight, dude. You're killing me tonight, man. You know what I mean?
Changes.
Yeah.
I don't like change.
To change the game. Sean's like, I'm fucking anxious. All right, what's the next one? I need something to drink. Super excited about this. And I read an article today that it's like every time I read something about it, it's like they're almost there, or they're almost there to expand and bring a team from what is being said is Vegas and Seattle. So, nice. I mean, definitely getting a team in Seattle, because especially with the new stadium and stuff like that, it's definitely going to happen. It's just, when are they going to make the expansion something that can happen? They haven't gone through the paperwork yet. It's, how they're going to fund it basically too. So
ain't enough money.
The infrastructure for it in Seattle is here. Like it's there, dude. Oh my God, if we get an NBA team, oh my gosh.
You'll be getting one, because they're not going to give one to Vegas and not one to you.
Yeah.
That's how they do that shit. They did it with LA and Las Vegas too. So
yeah, but we had ours taken away though. This is different.
Yeah, well, you'll have that.
Yeah, so I'm super excited about
I'll be right back.
Who's gonna be good this season? I mean, I think Denver is gonna be really, really hard to beat. They're talking about other teams winning the West. They're definitely. I think the NBA Finals are going through Denver in the West. Definitely, to get to the finals. Definitely, just the way. What's his name? Nikola Jokic. I think sorry if I said his name wrong. Sorry.
The finals is going through the Great Salt Lake.
No, I'm saying to get to the finals.
Yeah, it's going through Salt Lake.
Salt Lake, California?
No. What?
Salt Lake City, Utah.
Utah. Yeah. Salt Lake, California. What are you talking about?
Salt Lake, Denver?
He said, come on, stop acting fool. You don't know about some Salt Lake,
he's got
North Dakota?
Shake's got his jerseys already. I sent them.
Listen, listen. The Utah Mormons ain't gonna win a Super Bowl.
Dude, the way that
championship.
You're right. They're not winning a Super Bowl. I don't know what championship
is. And throws the ball like freaking. He just puts it behind. And LeBron even said it perfect. He's like he just puts the ball behind his head and then throws it and it goes in. I was like, this shit's crazy. They're so good, dude. They're so good. They're so good. Like I think that foreign players are going to start, like, I don't know, like I talked about it maybe a year ago, maybe earlier this year, maybe last year. Because the way that players from Europe or other countries too, but I know predominantly like Europe, they learn more of the entire game rather than just like one side. And so they come over here, and play, and they're just they're built to like do more as a player. And they're like, I don't know, it's just a different type of, I don't know, technique or training, or maybe, it's regional, or maybe it's, but it's, I think it's very interesting. I like it, honestly. I like that we've motivated other countries or other places so much to become so good that they become really, really good and come over here and play and like, just like do really well. I think that's great. I think it gives more, opportunity for people to still look at America as a place to go do that. And, and then go back, because a lot of those countries are war torn, and to be able to come here and do so well and maybe help your family or help, relatives and stuff over there, that makes a huge difference. So, like, I like to welcome all players from countries to come here. Like when, what's his name, came over here from Cuba. What's the guy's name? Played on the Dodgers. What was his name? Cuba? Yeah, but he had to go through like Mexico first.
Take your pick.
No, he had a really rough time to get over here, and he actually had to pay debt, like 20% of everything he owned, like he made from the NBA.
Yasiel Puig.
Yeah,
Yasiel. Tonk. Was it Yasiel Puig?
I'm not sure.
Puig. Yasiel Puig.
I mean, they said it on SportsCenter and said, yeah, 20% of the money he makes here goes to an organization in Mexico. Like, that's how he got into the U.S. And it's like, damn, man, like, it's like to do, like, that's like, so imagine like to make that type of decision, like to do that and to, how challenging of a decision it would be to do something like that and accomplish it. And so, I mean, it's just really nice to be able to see that in life, where someone can come here and have success and be able to hopefully be okay after that. I mean, 20% for how long, I'm not sure, but, or just other players, like Antetokounmpo, he won a championship, and then now Jokic, and what's his name? Dirk Nowitzki. Who else? What's his name that played on the Spurs from France? There was like 3 players from Europe that played on the Spurs when they won all those championships. It's awesome. It's awesome. Like it's so, like, I mean, I think they should do an NBA for the All-Star game. It should be Europe versus United States. And I'm like, I don't know if we will win, dude. I don't know, man. Like, Europe got some good players in the NBA now. That's so insane that the NBA is that, like, it is the pinnacle. It's better than the Olympics. It's like the pinnacle. It's so crazy that it's like the pinnacle for the entire world. But it's awesome. That's why I don't know. That's why I like it so much. It's such a great game, especially in person. In person, that game is amazing. I'm going to a game this weekend. I'm going to a game this weekend. Let me see right now.
That's what's up. You're not gonna watch the Georgia Florida game?
No, it's on Sunday. It's a basketball game. Let me see. I want tickets for I don't even think it's this Sunday, the 29th. It's like the game is like it's almost like a preseason game, but I don't care. I bought the ticket, and then I'm going to see I'm going to see when Nevada comes to play basketball against the Huskies. I'm going to go to that game, and then I'm going to when Utah comes here to play football. I'm going to that game. And you know what's crazy is that this is the last season that these teams are going to be in the Pac-12 together. So that's one of the some of the reasons I chose those other two games was because I was like, damn, like Washington's like it's crazy to see something like that in person. Like it's one thing to watch it, like I've seen when I was living in Florida, but to actually see it, like be part of it. Since I go to so many games, it's really, really interesting. So it's cool that I get to like be part of history. I've had a lot of history here with sports because when the XFL came in 2020, I bought season tickets. Right there. That flag right there. That's from that first season. And COVID hit, knocked it out. And then they had season this year. I went to like 3 of those games. But so that like that right there is history. Like that's history forever. So and then this season, like these games is crazy. It's like it's just I don't know. It's just really cool to see stuff like this in person and be part of it. Like we've been going to the games in Florida. I've been seeing Shake Money go to the games. Man, get out there. There's all sorts of games, especially basketball's coming up now. You got FGCU, you got FAU, Miami, UCF, Gators, Knowles, USF. You know what I mean? Like, go to them games. It's great. Baseball games. That would be during the summer, but definitely basketball because you can get tickets cheap to them games. They got to have cheap tickets to some freaking FAU games, especially if you live over there. You should go to some Florida Gulf Coast University. That's close to you, Shake.
Florida Gulf Coast?
Yeah.
Fort Myers?
Well, it's close to there. You should go to some games, dude.
Mm-hmm.
I'll look them up. But yeah. So I'm super excited for basketball this season. I hope the Heat. Man, that's crazy that they've been in the finals twice with Jimmy Butler.
Yep.
He's such a good player.
Yeah, we've been in the finals in the last 20 years than Utah has.
What you say, Shake?
The Heat's been in the finals a lot more than Utah has.
Well, yeah. So what? What do you mean?
Yeah,
no, we just take me and Crypto we take shots at each other's teams all the time. So that's why.
Crypto, Utah is your team?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't. Oh, well, that's why I'm like, why do y'all keep talking about Utah? Like, I'm like, what do you keep bringing that up for? But like, why tonight? I never heard you rag out on him about Utah before. Like, this is the first time. Like,
well, see, the thing about it is he likes to rag on good colleges. So I rag on crappy basketball.
I mean, I'm only on here once a week, so I don't see a lot. Like I don't. So hey, I mean, it's this is all I got. I mean, and I give a lot to this. So, but that's not saying. I mean, y'all y'all hold it down for real, man. Y'all hold it down for real. Like you held it down for me last week when I was late, and like you're always down to do some and help. Like I really appreciate y'all, and I appreciate everyone in the comments tonight. Joe Riss, Jay. We've been just going through everything tonight. Hope y'all are liking it. I felt really good last week. We got some
just drove by La Quinta Inn.
All right. So you
want me to move on or?
So yeah. Good, all right. So if you want to show, all right. So I got to go grab something. So do the yes. I have to go grab some, but do the commercial where it shows our website.
I got you. I will do that. We'll do right.
All right. I'll be back in a minute.
No problem.
Cool.
New seasons, new gear. Show the world what it means to be a fan in 100% authentic gear. Fanatics, officially licensed everything.
Get ready to dive into a new world of online shopping with the Fins Tailgate. Whether you're a die-hard sports fan or just looking for the latest fashion trends, we've got you covered. With a wide variety of products from your favorite sports teams to stylish accessories and home decor, we're your one-stop shop for all things tailgate. Our easy-to-use website and hassle-free checkout process make shopping with us a breeze. Plus, with frequent sales and discounts, you won't want to shop anywhere else. So come on in and join the party at the Fins Tailgate, your new go-to destination for all things tailgate.
And of course, we have Dubby Energy Drink. If you click on the link, you get not only does it take off the 10% off your first purchase, but I recommend the sample pack where you get a cup, 4 different flavors, so you can find out which one you like the best. And of course, you get the cup. The cup could be used for lots of things. I use it for water and things like that. So, and then you have backroom collections, fine artwork, visors for your mini helmet. Also, you get a 10% off your first purchase. And then we have, with the holidays coming up, you're going to want somebody to cater your Chef Jew. Look no further than Chef Jew. Chef Jew's Catering. He has mouthwatering cupcakes and cookies and all that good stuff. He does all kinds of food, Chinese, soul food.
Man's always got
food.
cupcakes in his hand, bro. I see him at the stadium, met the man in person. He's got cupcakes in his hands.
Hell yeah. 786-804-8096. And if you mention Shake Money and the Fins Tailgate, you will get 10% off your first catering order. So, and I verified it with him in person. So, make sure you support the homie Chef Jew. He's been a big supporter of everybody who makes content. And finally, we have the lineup. We have El Capitan. Great show yesterday. I like his observations about the refs. Then with Color and Ali doing top of the tailgate. And Ali with the late night exhale on Saturdays, the hype show. You got myself and Lewis. We're always doing the drive times with crypto. Then KP with the Saturday fantasy talk. And you got crypto doing the Monday show. And then, of course, TMI Tuesday. But I'm going to save the best for last. We have Insomnia coming this week. And the referees helped crypto win the game, which was atrocious. And I want to recount. And I demand it. So
I'm coming up. I'm coming back. I have to spot you some games so you can feel good about yourself. So
yeah, the referee
has been a little generous.
All right. Sorry about that. All right. No okay. So what I'm going to show you tonight is, all right. So it's definitely 3 years ago. Definitely not. It was between 3 to 4 years. I Google searched healthy toothpaste, and there was like different brands and stuff that popped up, but the one that I ended up choosing was called so the reason why I was looking for healthy soap was because I was recommended by a dentist to change my toothbrush and then look for like better types of toothpaste. So that's why I Google searched healthy toothpaste, and I found this brand. It's called Bite. And they send you tablet toothpaste. And I just got one in the mail actually yesterday. It comes in, they'll send it to you like in a box or like in a bag. And then you just open it up and you just pour it in here. It's a bunch of little tablets. And there's like this size bottle and you can get like smaller ones, but if you want to like buy the refills, I don't know if it's a requirement that you first have to buy a bottle, but the refills are always nice and fresh. Like I remember when I bought this, that they gave me a bottle that might have been a little old, but the refills are always like brand new and really nice. So it's kind of the same principle I was talking about last week with the ingredients. So since this one is also not a liquid, it has less need for ingredients as a preservative. So there's less ingredients by default. So that's where I really started to learn about this way of life. And it's plastic free. Like this bag I can bury in the yard, and it's like it says on here, this pouch is plant food. It's made with backyard compostable. So I open it up, I pour this shit in here, and boom. And it's like, I think it's like $36 or $40, but it comes with 248 bits. So that's 124 days. So 3 months. So 3 months of toothpaste, 3-4 months of toothpaste for like $36 or $40. So like the math is pretty decent. I just have a subscription like every 3 months or 4 months, or you can set the weeks. It'll just send you a new one. Like if you first buy this and then buy the refills, but they also have like they have tablet mouthwash where you chew on the tablet and you just sip some water. So what's cool about it is I could have toothpaste and I could have mouthwash in a little tiny jar, and I could go 3 months with this. You can't fit 3 months of toothpaste on it. If I wanted to go international flight, I could bring this, but I couldn't bring three liquid tubes.
TSA approved?
Yeah.
Okay.
So cubed.
Well, like they have smaller jars too.
So cubed conditioner and tablet toothpaste. Sounds like your life is becoming real modular, Tonk.
Yeah, pretty much.
Be there or be square, homie.
You're preparing yourself to live in a New York-sized apartment.
Yeah, but like so. I don't know. I mean, it's they have other brands online, but it's pretty dope. It's pretty, like if I'll still have like a tube that I'll have just as like emergency, but I've definitely purchased a lot. Like I've definitely cut, and I've been doing this for 3 years now. I've had this same jar for 3 years and been getting the refill sent in the mail. So, they have charcoal and they have mint, and then they have like berry flavored, like for kids. So, it's pretty cool. And like I said, like the reason why I found it was because I was looking for a healthier product. It has definitely made a difference in the health of my teeth.
Yeah, I need to reduce the size of my toiletries in my bathroom, so some of that stuff can save a lot of space.
I thought you said I need to reduce the size of my teeth.
I mean, yeah, like I can fit a lot of months worth of personal hygiene products like in one little square. I got a shampoo and like, man, it's dope. I mean, it's just like there's a lot. So what's good about also supporting products like this is that they'll be more in demand and the price will go down, or maybe even have it in a store. Like you can there might be stores close to where you live that focus on sustainability that have products like this. Like you can buy like Square dish detergent. But I'll show you that too. I've been needing. I need to go get another one. I just ran out.
So this product could be in Whole Foods too, or Trader Joe's or something.
This tablet toothpaste.
Yeah, would they be like in Trader Joe's or Whole Foods?
Maybe. I haven't seen them at either of those. if you went to like, yeah, I haven't seen tablet toothpaste in person yet. The only thing I've seen is like, it was like a paste, but it was like in a jar, in like a glass jar with a 10 cover, and like you could get a refill. You could go to the place and get a refill. But I don't know. I just didn't like the whole dip my toothbrush in there. I was just like, nah, I'm gonna stay with this. This is the only like sustainability product that I have on a monthly subscription because it just works. Like I have enough toothpaste. If I'm in a pinch, I could go buy toothpaste at the store. It's no problem. You know, like it was an easy change for me because like some stuff might be difficult for people to adjust things like this, but I'm presenting them to you as something that I do and I have done and like how it makes a difference in my life. But I mean, just like put on Google Maps, just search tablet toothpaste. Let me see. I'm going to Google search
the location of each store.
Well, yeah, because since that's not an unknown term now, tablet toothpaste. So it says no results for tablet toothpaste.
So what do you do? You dip it in a bowl of water and dip your toothbrush in there and do it, or how you apply it to the toothbrush?
Let me see if I have. I guess I can open it up. I'll open it up and pour one in there.
And it kind of like turns into like a paste.
Oh, you just put
it exposed to water.
You see the little tablet in there? You see the tablet?
Yeah.
So what you do is you put one in your mouth and you chew on it. Put a little bit of water in your mouth. No, you actually don't even need water. Just rinse your mouth out well, and then just like it has instructions. Like follow the instructions. Just follow the yeah. You put one in your mouth, you chew on it, and then you just start brushing. You don't need water because water actually like rinse it away. It's like, and they got a bunch of different brands online. Like it's I like it. But I'm willing to like adjust to stuff like this. So it might not be something.
What's up, Nene?
You know, that looks like, but it works, and I think it's pretty cool. Plus, I'm like, you know, I'll do anything, and like I wanted to try it anyways. But the reason why I found it was because I searched healthy toothpaste. You know, and then once I realized that, like I was like, all right, well, I think I can manage that as like a literal adjustment and
well, my toothpaste is vegan, so
does it have a hydrogen peroxide in there?
I don't think so. It'll say right here. It says Zitherol. Let's see. No hydrogen peroxide. Bicarbonate. Activated charcoal, zinc citrate. No, there's no sulfates, paraben free, vegan, cruelty free, palm oil free. It's dope. I mean,
most of
3 years. 3 years.
Wait a minute.
How many tubes of toothpaste have y'all consumed in the past 3 years?
Did it say cruelty free?
Yeah.
They don't brush monkey's teeth with it.
The little rabbit thanks you.
No, in other words, no animals were harmed.
But like, I mean, hey, like I can carry this. You know, like it's a pretty dope. They got
Yeah, it was invented by Joe Mixon.
It wasn't no thing to wait. I'll see y'all. Wait, I'll show you what I got next week too. I got a whole bunch of stuff. I'm like plastic free, like almost everything, except for like what food actually comes in. Like I can't, like there's not much I can do about that. That's why I support these other things so much, because there's plastic that I can't, like I'm going to consume by just going to a market somewhere, anywhere. It's going to happen. So if I could, at least I can, and it's healthier for me. Like I'm not doing no plastic at all costs. Like this
we
is actually
probably
better.
breathe plastic. There's probably a certain percentage in the air that we breathe, for all we know.
Remember what did George Carlin said? The Earth wanted us to use us for plastic.
It's a. I mean, they ran out of oil. They ran out of oil in Dubai.
When we're all dead and gone, the Earth will still be here. It'll just be a new paradigm. The Earth plus plastic.
Yeah, a lot of plastic. I know we got to stock consumer.
Or glass.
And this isn't a liberal or conservative. Like, this is like, y'all got family. Y'all have family members. Y'all have loved ones. A lot of y'all have kids. Like, this is, I don't even have kids. I don't have any kids. Like, after me,
well, that's what I was trying to say. That's what I was trying to say, Tonk, when I told you about the paper straw thing. Like, that's not, I mean, I think it's funny, but I wasn't really joking. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, but I
mean, there's like a serious study I know what I'm saying though, is there's like a serious study now that like, it's just an example where something was meant to, that seemed like a good idea. Like, sure, we're getting rid of plastic by using paper straws, but in order to make a paper straw not dissolve in your drink, they have to use five times the forever chemicals that plastic has in it. You know what I mean? So it ends up defeating the purpose.
You're literally.
Well, yeah, they can be smart and just make an edible straw, make it out of.
Look, we don't need straws. That's the point. We don't need the straw. Just stop giving the straw out.
But Tonk, the thing of it is though, is that after the studies, though, the benefit of it is though. Well, real quick, the benefit of it is that they kind of show the world that, hey, you know what we never thought of? Why can't we just use stainless steel or glass straws? They're great. They're a better option, and they're completely environment friendly.
Yeah. Well, the thing about the stainless,
I'm not going to tell someone what kind of straw to use. I'm just going to say, stop using a straw.
Well, the thing about the stainless steel,
after all these decades,
I know, but hold on,
we just came up with the idea of using stainless steel.
The thing about the stainless steel straw is it traps a lot of bacteria. You need a special.
Look, that's not the equivalent argument to what I'm presenting to you. It's not. It's not. I'm not.
Glass one is probably a better.
Like, I'm reducing what I'm using, not changing what I'm using. I mean, I still consume a little bit of cardboard, but I didn't but you've brought that same argument up back when we're not live, and it's like
Well, I'm not arguing anything.
Yeah, I know, but that's
I'm
not presenting something like that though. I don't agree with that change though. That's why I don't talk.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I use a straw. I ain't gonna sip off a glass at a restaurant. I use a straw, but I don't have a choice when somebody tells me, "Hey, this paper straw is a better option for the environment," shoves it down my throat, and come to find out it's not.
Okay, I know, but I'm not doing that though.
I would rather be like Smoothie King and get an edible straw that's made out of whole fruit.
I show
and
you
once you sip it in your drink, you just eat the thing, just consume it.
Not to mention
an edible straw.
I have my own
strawberries.
I have my own straws, right, that I bring with me, and I have that thing that cleans them too. So I've been using my own straws since 2016. I've had straws.
Yeah, I'm sorry
that
if
I've been
you were
using.
offended. I was just telling people just like you were. I was just making awareness to people. That's all.
I know, but I've said the same thing. I don't support wooden straws or rice straws. Just don't. Ask me what needs to happen is they need to say, hey, do you want a straw? Because I would just say no. I don't care what straw it is. I don't want it. So that's how I would go about it. Not just
and many other people.
What I do is, so like I said, I'd rather have an edible one, the one you can consume after you finish your meal.
So you can bring your own.
A portable straw?
Yeah, I mean,
no, edible one.
Right, Tom,
one
you can bring your own. You can bring your own, and that's what I'm trying to make awareness to people that there is no better option than bringing your own.
Absolutely,
stainless steel.
I do it all the time. I bring them when I fly to Florida. I bring at least 2 or 3 of my own straws with me. I don't bring a lot of silverware or nothing.
I use
because I just try to not have the need for it. But I bring my own I bring my own thing to drink water out of, and my own straws, and I never.
Well, I also bring my own reusable chopsticks.
But see, the thing is, this is the thing. Bartenders need to just stop putting straws in everybody's drinks. If I ask for a Coca-Cola, you don't need to put a straw in my drink.
But they're told to do that. That's why they do that.
I know, but that shouldn't be a requirement. That now this kind of coincides with what Color was saying, with changing the straw and forcing me to do this. Just stop forcing the straw in general. Let someone make the decision if they want it or not. Because every time now, if you want a straw, then we have these options. But like, don't just throw a straw on my drink. Like, I don't need that. Like, how I look at that is I don't need to consume that piece of plastic. It does me no good.
Well,
yeah,
now
but that's just like if you go to a restaurant, and that's just like when you go to a restaurant and they give you a knife and a fork. That's just something that restaurants
but
do.
But they reuse that fork. They don't throw the fork away. They're not giving me a reusable straw. They're giving me a throwaway straw.
And again, Tonk, my issue isn't so much with them forcing a straw on me. It's that I want a straw and I have no option. But in other words, I'm putting the awareness out to the restaurant owners out there. Paper straws ain't the way. Please give me back something else that's less damaging to the environment and better to use. You know?
Yeah, that's why I started bringing my own.
That's ultimately the best option right there.
That is the best option. That is the best option.
Bring your own.
I mean, they got them all over the place. You can get them at Walmart. You can get that's actually where I bought my first ones. Like, I wanted plastic, but they're strong, hard.
I bring my own toilet paper.
It's like you can carry this shit with you.
Hell, I bring my own toilet.
You can carry this shit. I know a chick that brings all her utensils and a napkin. Like, man, dude, when my grandpa lived with me, I always had forks, knife, straws, handkerchiefs.
I bring my own bed to the hotel.
All my own.
Now you got toothpaste tablets.
And no, dude, like, I'm always super sustainable. It's just bring your own or not consume it. It's just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't think they should be just forcefully putting straws in drinks. I think it's a ridiculous requirement, and it's forcing the usage of plastic that a lot of us don't need. I think it looks stupid for a grown-ass man to be sipping a soda with a straw. Like, get this shit out of my face. Am I 12? Put the little fucking swirly thing.
Do they do that at the bar?
In Florida, they do.
Like, they don't stick it in my drink. They don't.
I actually, I almost find it disrespectful because it's like you're making it like because if it's an alcoholic drink, they got the little tiny fucking straw, and if it's not an alcoholic drink, it's like the big fucking straw. You might as well put the little shit
umbrellas on it. That serve no purpose.
The straw, actually, the little straws is to stir the drink. By the way, those little straws are to stir the drink, bro.
Exactly, 100%.
Right, the stir, I can see the stir, but what about the little?
No, fuck that stupid little thing too. That's a waste. It's too much waste. We don't need all this stupid ass shit.
That little plastic sword, that they stick in the pineapple or what, in a piece of lemon or something.
We do. I want it.
I get like, I mean, I don't know. Those are made out of wood and can be.
Not gonna lie, those little umbrellas were cool to play with when I was a kid.
Maybe if they made them out of bamboo and it's a very easy, sustainable product, then I don't have a problem with that. Make it FSC, but like we don't need to consume all this little shit. We just don't. Like when you bring it, like when you bring up the argument about straws, like I guess I just thought it was more. I don't know. Like I thought more people would just do that, but I guess it's not enough awareness about it. Like I've been doing it,
and that's
years.
What I'm saying. And what I'm saying, what started as an initiative to help. Turned out to be worse because what it is, Tonk, is that the paper straws, in order to not disintegrate in the soda, they have to use.
It's got like formaldehyde and shit.
Right, they've got to use more forever chemicals to make sure that doesn't happen, which ends up making it worse than what they were trying to defeat. Is all I was trying to make awareness of.
It's absurd, and whoever made that decision to do that was completely missing the point. 100%. 100% missing the point. It's like we don't know. That's not the like what should be is the not like either trying to get more people to bring their own straw or have straws there that you can reuse, or stop automatically putting straws in. You know what I mean? It's like there's three different things that can go on here.
Or you could do this. When you hey, look, hey, listen, let me get a soda. Do not put a straw in it. Boom.
I mean, I've tried to start doing that. It's hard. Sometimes it's hard to remember to do that, though. It's been very hard. Right. And I've tried to remember to do that. And I actually sometimes get upset when I forget to ask because I'm just like, fucking A, man, like I can't remember to do it. So it's been a challenge for me.
And just to clarify from earlier, I was just when you had mentioned that it's not a left or right issue politically, and that's the reason I brought that example up, is because when they do something like the paper straw thing and kind of ignore the fact that it took that it does worse because of what they have to do to make them not disintegrate. What that tells me is that it's show, and show means that it's political. And that's what I'm saying. You were right to say that the politics on either side shouldn't be involved in an environmental issue. You know what I mean? That's all I was trying to say.
Yeah. And it's okay. I mean, we just we needed to have a longer conversation about it so that you understood where I stand with that too, because a lot of times I come from different angles about
right.
things.
I was supporting what you were. I was simply supporting what you were saying about it not being a political. It shouldn't be political.
But when things usually happen like that, it's usually a more liberal thing. So it even hurts my cause even more. I don't want to even say my cause, but it hurts a movement that I'm affiliated with more when stuff like this happens, because it's usually a liberal centric idea and they force it on people. And it doesn't work, and then it pisses people off, and they think that sustainability is a joke and it'll never work, and we shouldn't do this, and don't worry about that. When it's like, no, like, sorry that it's trial and error is what it is, and it's just I don't know, when people have conversations and come up with these ideas, like they should talk it out with the city before they impose it. Like, hey, what do you think about this first? And like, how long did it take for them to figure out that, hey, is that formaldehyde that you're putting in the fucking straw that I'm drinking? Like, it's like, are you kidding me? Or whatever the hell is in there. It's like, no, like, all right, let's bring someone in here. This is why sustainability consultants work for so many different things in society, because it's all processes and procedures, and you can apply sustainability to so many things.
The fortunate thing is somebody did the study, and now we know. You know what I mean? So at least that did happen. Mm-hmm. The checks and balances as far as that goes.
Decisions like sustainability is something that we can do every single day, and it's the individual decisions and the things that we do in life, and how much we consume, and how much we use, and how much we provide, and how much it's the ebb and flow of everyday life. And the more you consume, it's either going to cost, or it's going to be it's going to cause a problem when you start over consuming something. And so it's just, we just got to stop consuming so much freaking plastic. I don't know, like, why is it such a requirement to put straws in like a soda at a restaurant? Like, why? What is that? Like, what is the purpose of like requiring that? Like, do y'all know? Or like, if you buy a whiskey, I mean,
well, I want to know where these fascist ass restaurants you're going to are, man. Like, I'd be raising hell just for my right not to use a straw.
What do you mean? I don't understand. What do you mean?
You can throw it in the trash.
Well, I don't know. I don't know. It's certain. Like, I've never had them stick the straw in my drink, like without it me taking it out of the paper wrapper and putting it in myself.
Yeah.
You know what
I
mean?
I've seen, dude. I can't even count how many times I've seen people do that.
Right.
That's really
what they do is they
like at the bar or late at night, or like when it's busy and the bartender just throws
every
their straw in.
Every time.
Yeah, what they do is they put the I know what they do. They do is they take the paper off and leave the tip on the thing, and they put it in the drink. And with the paper tip.
Every time.
Yeah, they do tip, right.
And they only do it.
Oh yeah, I guess you're right. I guess about 50% of the places I go to are like that. You're right. You're right.
Like, look.
Yeah.
However it is, it's like, stop forcing shit on me. Like, I didn't need that straw. I didn't need it. And as many times as it's been given to me. Yeah, I know, but then it's a waste. But like, this is
trash.
the thing we're talking. Like, it's like this is the thing because it was a big thing. Like, people were pissed off and angry. I'm like, oh my gosh, man, just stop fucking forcing straws. Just stop forcing them.
Yeah, right. That's what Tonk's saying. Like, if they would have asked him, it would have never been wasted.
But here's the thing. See, you're using the word forcing out of context. They're not like going, here, put the straw. The straw. No, motherfucker, you put that straw back in there. You drink out of that motherfucking straw right now.
Yeah, I know, but like, once they put it in your drink, they're not going to reuse it again.
The word is compelling. By putting it in your drink, they're using the waste. Whether, in other words, if they would have asked him, they would have been able to save the use of it. You see what I'm saying? And so they're compelling him to use it. Force is kind of, I see what you're saying, but the word is compelling.
Well, I mean, they do it before I can take notice. They definitely didn't say, hey, do you want this in your drink? I would have said, hell no.
Which compels you to use it. Right.
So it's
right. Ultimately, like, you still have the final choice whether or not to sip
the bartender, the bartender is ultimately told by the establishment.
So that's what my question is. Like,
right.
why?
That's the company's loss. It's not really your loss. It's the company's loss. At that point,
right? That's who you target. That's who you target. The people they get from the retailer. In other words, cut the amount they order.
It's the same thing. It's like the same thing about masks, but it is the same thing, but it's just a different level. It's a different level of uncomfortable. Like, I don't. But I mean,
no, it's not the same as mask, bro. It's nowhere near the same as mask because the mask you had to use it. The straw you don't have to use.
You're right. I know.
Right,
yeah,
the mask.
You're right. Sir. Yeah, you're right.
Yeah, the mask was a mandate.
Freaking A, man. It's crazy.
Yeah, they're not gonna shut down their business because you refuse to use a straw.
Hey, look, we gotta kick this guy out.
No, I almost think like it was like on purpose to show that I'm not drinking an alcoholic drink.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like you make me feel like a little kid. That's why I'm like, well, you might as well give me the straw with the fucking spinnies and the twirlies on it, because it's just as much use as this thing. Like, it's so like I've tried to. I don't go out that much anymore. So as far as like alcoholic bars like that, so I don't really interact that much. But like,
hey guys,
when I go to Kratom bars, when I visit Florida, I go to a lot of Kratom and Kava bars there, and I'm pretty like I try my hardest to say, hey, no straw. Or sometimes I think some of the places they just don't offer it, and you have to ask for one.
Well, you just put your finger on it there. They need to identify.
Ever since Tonk? Ever since the pandemic, it's kind of been asked to get it. You know, they don't really put it out anymore. That might have to do with that too.
You said they want to make you feel like a kid with a straw. Maybe they're trying to identify which people in their establishments are the hard drinkers versus the people that's not drinking, so they can organize who's going to be most likely to get either a ride or need a ride. You know, you never know.
I mean,
it could be that.
Okay. I'm always going to side with which is safer and which is going to be least impactful. You know, in a scenario, maybe we can try like reusable straws. Like, if you pay $1 for straw use while you're there, just make sure you turn the straw back in. You'll get your $1 back.
Mm-hmm.
Something like that,
right? And then Shake, you can come up with some
or whatever
solution like they use.
Look, maybe only try it like a couple times and see how it goes. Like, I don't want it. Like, and that could make a difference and save someone's life. That could save someone's life. So I'm not going to be for that.
So
I don't want anything to ever affect something like that. But this is why I like talking about this stuff, because you hit me with something I didn't think about. It's like, that's why I'm like, hey, let's talk about it. Like,
how about holographic straws with force fields and light?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that would be some out of the world stuff there.
I'm good.
Or telepathic straws where it just goes into your stomach.
Right.
I mean, we might as well get let me get the IV. I mean, it's just,
I could feel,
like, if it's it's a lot, right? There's so many different angles to this, and that's why these conversations should be held so that people can identify, because there might be bar managers watching this right now, or there might be restaurant owners, or there might be employees that are moving up.
Tonk. That's why I brought it. You're exactly right. That's why I brought that angle up.
I want you to hear everything. Like, I want you to throw something at me, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I didn't think about that, because like, if I'm going to support something, I want to know a lot about it. Like the things that I showed you tonight, I've been using for 3 years. Like, I'm going to show you stuff that I know and I have experience with, because it's important. That's why I'm saying that, because like when we were talking about this and we're, discussing it, like I learned, and I was like, oh man, like I really enjoy that. And like, if I have interest in something, I want to learn about it. And if I, and especially if I want to support it, I want to know as much as I can before I actively start supporting it, And so it's good that that's what I do like about like where the show is now compared to where it started, is like having this feedback from y'all and people in the comments, of course, too. No, it's nice. It makes it a lot easier to handle a show, because I get feedback during it and I like it, and I'm really appreciative for it. And I hope everyone is liking the show tonight. I hope we had some good content. And sustainability. I mean, I'm always, and if y'all come across some or an idea or something, like let's talk about it. Like, I'm for it. Like, I especially like throwing, like, having discussions about something. Like, I want to learn, I want to help, like, because I'm really good at solving problems.
I do a lot of backcountry camping and hiking, Tonk. That tablet toothpaste and cubed conditioner is actually quite useful.
But actually, the mouthwash is dope, because you can have like 12 of the tablets on you, chew a couple of them, rinse your mouth out with some water, and like you don't have to carry around other liquid for
right. And that's the thing, Tonk. That's what was so hard about hikes through like the Grand Canyon that I've been on, where you have to pack in and pack out, so you can leave no trace of yourself in that place.
You have zero plastic,
and it makes your pack pretty heavy after a while to be carrying toothpaste tubes. Even though that don't seem like it's heavy, it's like, okay, you're still adding to your pack. You know what I mean?
And I understand, change in this and that, and I have no problem with that. And that's why when I present to you things, that I have like really good experience with it, so that way I can answer your questions or your concerns or things of that nature, or give you guidance or knowledge, because this, like what I do for a living is also like my life, like what I am as a person. Like, it wouldn't work. I wouldn't have the success that I want or have the impact that I have if I didn't believe this stuff and do it. And when people talk, like when I talk about sustainability, I talk about what we can all do actually, and the choices we can make, because I can't go out there and stop the sun from, us going around the sun, and climate change and deforesting and global warming and this, but I can impact what I do, the decisions I make, and the impact I have on the environment. I can cut out a lot of plastic, which in turn helps those situations. So instead of me trying to preach this and preach that, I'm like, look, you could just try this stuff, or try a little bit of this stuff, and you can really, really reduce the amount of plastic that you consume just by a couple little easy decisions. And that way you can make your own decision. It's not something that's like, it's like when you try to say climate change to people, they get pissed off. They like, and deservedly so, like, what do you want me to do about that? But this is what I can do individually. And that's where we can all have an impact every single day of our lives by the decisions that we make. So, whether you carry your own straws, bring your own, like when my grandpa lived with me, I had a lot of handkerchiefs and had a lot of things that I could reuse with him, because he was always needing some. So I washed them, and I never really had the need to consume like, like paper or other things. But like, it's a lifestyle. But now, now we have so much technology and so many opportunities for this new, technology as far as products, that it's not that difficult to find, and it's not that expensive anymore because there's more of it. And that's why I like promoting it, because the more of it that we have, the cheaper it'll become. Like, you will start getting it in stores. Like, I mean, they might start having these jars or where you can refill. Like I've seen places or like pop-up stores sometimes at Macy's or like a Dillard's or a Bird Eyes might have like a pop-up sustainability store. But there might be like just put like
there's still Bird Eyes around.
Like just put healthy, like, I don't know, or go to like a place where you can buy like Kava or Kratom or like where people sell like, bar soap, farmers markets, or just, now there's so many options online, but yeah. So turned into like
Tonk's tip of the day: don't smear yourself all over the earth.
Bring your own straw.
And your own toilet paper.
So that way you don't have to consume any formaldehyde, and you can have your straw and use it too, like your cake, and eat it too. That way you can bring your own straw. You can bring, like, if it's a certain color, or like it's because, like, what's cool about
no, I'm really gonna get a team. I'm gonna get a development team together and look into this holographic straw thing, bro. I mean, we might be onto something. Man.
It's also talking points too. Like, you bust out that reusable straw, that's golden, baby. Like, ooh, bam! I paid $30 for this straw.
Or even better, enemas.
I don't even what's that?
Yeah.
Enemas. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, you know what enema is?
I don't know. I don't want to ask.
Janet Jackson used to get coffee enemas all the time.
Yeah, I'm not saying it. I'm not saying it, dude. I'm not saying it.
And then you don't need a straw for that.
I'm good. I don't need one anyways.
The bigger version of a straw.
Yeah, I have straws that I bought my own in 2016.
It's connected to the
because I would go to the Kratom bar there, and I would just bring my straw with me. And then I had the little cleaner rod.
Yeah, a place like that though, Tonk, you might start a trend, bro. You go back there 10 years from now, and everybody's carrying their own straw.
You know that in middle school I was nominated trendsetter in 8th grade.
Yeah. Man.
Well, there you go. That's what I hope you're not the one that started the paper straw trend, man.
Dude, I hate paper straws.
Is that why you're so
apprehensive? But look, we just had
bro?
this conversation. I don't want to ever hear anything ever again about paper straws, because where I stand on it. You know how much I hate them.
Is that why you're so apprehensive? Are you the one that started the paper straw trend?
No.
Hey, Color, when you leave the house, you're like, okay, I got my wallet.
Those things are stupid. When I first saw those paper straws, I was like, get this out of my face. What you're trying to do is the stupidest thing I've ever seen.
The logic immediately.
It's the opposite of sustainability. Sustainability would just be to find a way to eliminate the straw or the need. We're just this is not it though. It's just like, no, this seems like
you saw right through the logical fallacy immediately.
I was just like, oh my gosh, it's like you're making it so much harder. I'm like, because then people use that. People use scenarios like that as an attack on my career.
I may not be as left as you, but I still care about the environment, so it's still my cause too.
I'm not left, dude. That's the thing. I'm not left. This has nothing to do with my political stance.
This I know. Between you and me, this I know. I'm just saying that regardless of all that, if your cause is the environment, it's
I know
my
no one
leftist
that has 4 concealed carry permits.
I know.
I'm not leftist, dude.
I'm just saying.
Individualist.
I'm just saying, as a matter of the environment, my cause, your cause is my cause.
I'm a meist.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a meist.
Yeah, like a Viking, like an egalitarian.
Want to go to the last one?
Meist. So what is the last one? So I think that's so this weekend coming up. So is it are the Dolphins in
We're playing New England.
Is that this? Oh, that's not all right.
They got the World Series this weekend, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, Texas versus whoever's playing tonight. I think Philly's playing right now, right?
It's not over yet. It's got to be over by now over there on the East Coast.
Yeah. Arizona won. Damn.
So it's going to be Arizona and Texas.
Yeah.
Damn, the Phillies. Dude, they spent all that money on freaking, and I have no problem with someone getting paid, but like, it's like, and like, as like, what was it? 1 or 2, it was like 2 seasons after he left the Nationals win the World Series. It's like, dude, like they won after you left and you're the one that's making all the money. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I just don't think it's a good strategy just to put so much on one person.
Well, there's no salary cap, so.
There's no salary cap in the MLB?
No.
There isn't?
No.
Yes, there is.
No, there's no salary cap in baseball, bro.
I guess I didn't.
There isn't.
What?
Nope. Yankees are. I think aren't the Yankees still playing for A-Rod?
Yeah, they got like a.
Oh my gosh! Yeah, well, yeah, but what's his name? He was the head coach of freaking Kentucky at one. No, he was the head coach of I think UConn too, and then he was like a coordinator for the Gators. Gosh, he sucked so bad, and he's being paid for a long ass time too. Damn, what was his name?
And by the way, here, this is TMI is different and fun. Thanks for something different, fins up.
Yeah, definitely different.
Yeah,
tonight.
Tonk. That's why it's cool when a team like when a city like St. Louis, who's always is mid-market, they have to build through the farm system, right? But they've also got 12 championships, so that like as opposed to the Yankees 19 championships, where the Yankees buy their championships. You know what I mean? So it's fun to be able to like see that go against each other. Which is the best strategy? Well, it depends on where you are and what your market's like.
I know
the Yankees can do that. The Cardinals can't. So the Cardinals have to build through the farm system, but they still produce
a lot of championships. So
you know, yeah. Same with the Giants. The San Francisco Giants have to build through the farm system, and they've got a lot of championships too.
Yeah. Then they won. Was it? They won 3 out of 6 years, 7 years. They won in 2010, 2012, and 2014.
NL, it's pretty much the Cardinals and Giants sharing championships for a while in the National League, peppered in with a few Braves here and there.
I guess I didn't. I don't pay that much attention to be. I'll go to games. But I don't really watch it enough to know. I guess I didn't.
Well, that's one of the reasons I became that's one of the reasons I became That's one of the reasons I became a Cardinals fan, because I was living up there in Missouri, in Greater St. Louis area for like 10 or 11 years, and I was never really a baseball fan. But that town, it grows on you because that's all they do there, and that's all they talk about there. You know what I mean? So I decided, since I was never a baseball fan, I didn't have any allegiance to, I mean, there was when you and I were growing up, there wasn't always the Florida Marlins, you know what I mean? And I don't dig the Braves. So I immediately was like, okay, well, you're talking about the St. Louis Cardinals, and they're kind of a historic, like they're a very storied franchise in baseball, much like my Dolphins, so I just kind of naturally became a Cardinals fan.
Yeah, but then you live there
and
too.
I like their style. I like the fact that they build through the farm system, that they're the underdog, that they're not the ones with all the money to throw around. You know what I mean? I like that.
I mean, that's what the Rays have done, and they got hitters on their team. And they've been to the World Series twice.
And I think the Marlins have finally started to implement that, really drive that kind of way to build, and I think it's working for them, and it's shown some success this year. They didn't get as far as they wanted to, but let's just be real.
They're trying to bring an MLB team to Portland, Oregon.
It's got to start somewhere. So I look for the Marlins to start to go through the next couple years where they are competitive year in and year out. You know what I mean? So, I'll start rooting for them. I don't have a problem, with that, because I never watched baseball my whole life to really care that much, like as far as allegiances go and all that.
Yeah, I saw. I was at the grocery store and I saw this little kid walk by, and he had a jersey on, football jersey, and I was like, "Was that a Dolphins jersey?" And they're like, "Yeah, it's the flag football team here." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "Is this the one that plays over there in Renton?" Yeah. So it's actually the team, the games that I've been wanting to go to, and actually the playoffs are now. So I should try to go to a game.
A flag football game?
Yeah.
Uh-huh. So that was up in Seattle where there's a dude, they have a Dolphin team for the flag football league?
Yeah.
That's pretty
yeah.
cool.
Yeah. That's why I asked him. Because I was like, I didn't know if he was a fan or not from the back. You couldn't tell. Like, I don't know. I couldn't tell. I just knew it was Dolphins colors and it looked like a jersey. I'm like, what the heck is that? Like, is that Dolphins jersey? And they're like, yeah, it's like the little kids football, flag football. I was like, man, I've been talking about them on my podcast, and since they're going to have flag football in the Olympics. So I need to go to a game. Not this season, next season, but it's interesting that I've been talking about it, and then I run into one of the players, and once she said what it was, I recognized it because I looked it up where they play and stuff, just trying to show support.
That flag football Olympic thing. I know people they have their tropes about it, but the thing of it is, Tonk, I could understand how it could help a person like me. Like, I'm not talking about now because I'm too old, but if you're talking about a person like me that has always been athletic, I loved playing the game of football in high school, but I didn't quite have the body frame and all that to go further than that, right? Everybody's got their exit from the game. But if they were doing Olympic flag football back when I was still in my 20s, bro, that would have been an avenue for me back in. You understand what I'm saying? Like, a guy like me could have easily thrived on an Olympic flag football team. Skill-wise, I was good enough to do that. And it's like I'm lamenting the fact that now they're doing it. God, it sure would have been nice if they, got up to speed back when I was in my 20s. I'd be out there trying out for that shit. You know what I mean? So yeah. I can recognize that there's probably guys like me, in that situation now, that it's like, okay, now there's Olympic flag football. There's a lot of people like that are going to have an avenue back in to show the world.
Well, I think they're going to have women.
Skills.
They're going to have a women's team,
but I don't have the frame to be a NFL football player. You know what I mean?
They're going to have a women's team, I think, too. I don't know where I saw that. Exactly. Sure I did. Which is cool. Because they have a lingerie league here that women play in, but it's
like when you watch that guy on YouTube that throws footballs at targets and all that, and there's some dude in his backyard, and everybody's like, "Wow, look at that! A dude like that might be all right in Olympic flag football." You know what I mean?
No, it's
fun.
It's
yeah. We might as well make Connect 4 a sport too.
Connect 4.
Yeah, or backgammon.
Mm-hmm.
No, we need three player space.
I would have helped the U.S. get a gold medal if I was flag football.
You know what would be a real good Olympic sport? Monopoly. I have like
Monopoly.
4 countries. Have 4
that
countries
would be
play
crazy.
Monopoly.
The 4 countries, though,
Play
that
Monopoly.
would be insane.
Yeah.
Here's a better idea. Here's a better idea for international. Here's a better idea for international competition. Risk. Have them all sit there and play Risk.
Right. Everybody playing Risk.
The game of world domination.
Conquest.
That's kind of messed up. That's like the Greek gods playing it on us.
Oh my God! I can imagine India is buying the convenience stores in Monopoly.
Yeah, our
Indian version of Monopoly.
Our Olympic athletes.
I'm not even gonna go there.
You know they got different themed
Y'all
Monopoly.
can have that. Y'all can
Hey, our risk team would be like Condoleezza Rice and a couple of these other people, and their risk team would be like Mikhail Gorbachev and all these.
Everybody, right? Everybody that was
right, all used up politicians from all the different countries.
All the old politicians from every country.
Who would play? Who would we let play Monopoly though? It can't be a government official.
Right? Or how about businessmen?
It would be like
Ross Perot.
I don't know.
It'd be somebody. It'd be somebody like Bill Gates and Bezos and all those guys. All the titans of industry.
It would be I'd go with Musk. Musk would be my gold medalist.
Oh, okay. I guess a billionaire or
like,
whatever from every country.
I go with Beetlejuice.
That would be crazy. Beetlejuice.
Hell, even
although Bill Gates was actually on trial in several countries for antitrust violations, so I guess a game like Monopoly he'd probably be the best.
Olympic Monopoly.
Yeah. Olympic Monopoly.
That would be dope.
Have all the titans of industry, of all the industries, all the sectors. Have one for oil, have one for finance.
Holographic version of it on a stage, you know.
Have one for real estate, have one from medicine, biopharmaceutical. Just have one in each sector of the economy. That's how they divide it up.
That'd be crazy.
Your software ends up running the world. Collect $100.
I mean, they could play, dude. They could be playing that game for hours.
That would be crazy. How do you win a game like that?
I remember one time we played with my friends. We played for like 6 hours. I forgot. I think we just gave up because I think I forgot honestly because I was like because that game is like you could just play for so long. So I don't.
You pull a chance card and it says, "Yeah, your bookstore turned into a competitor to UPS and FedEx. Collect $100."
Yeah, I don't know. Like that would be crazy. Right. I think they should do 3-man spades.
You stole somebody's Amazon package. Go to jail.
Bezos draws that card and he starts fist bumping. Yes.
Bezos has to.
Hey. Your employee put a straw in somebody's drink. Go to jail.
Yeah, Bezos has to dismantle the bridge. Bezos has to dismantle the bridge.
Do not collect $200.
What's that talk? Hold on, guys. What's that talk?
Bezos has to dismantle a bridge.
Right.
That would be insane. I wish they had spades at casinos, but they don't.
The CEO of your best competitor dies. Pay each player $100.
Or Tonk. You ever played Tonk?
Actually, I don't think I ever actually have. So that I chose that name because it's more like a Southern term.
Yeah, honky tonk.
But I also like it because it represents a card game, even though it's not the card game I play. But because people have asked me that too. Mm-hmm. But spade, I didn't want to have spade in my name. I was like, I don't know. It's just, I don't know. I didn't. You call like I could like Tonk is like I'm Southern, like I'm Southern, like I That's my personality. It's who I am. It's not like an ideology. It's just where I came from.
Yeah, I consider myself Southern. Let me ask you, in Seattle, do people say you have an accent?
No. I mean, people have said I've had an accent in various areas of my life. So, I mean, not really, no. Sometimes with things that I'll say, but I don't just no, I don't think so. Sometimes they'll say it.
I think I'm gonna start going by
grits. I think maybe if I get drunk, I have it might show, but I never really had a Southern accent. I mean, I did when I was really young, but it went away. I didn't live in Georgia long enough for it to stay.
Georgia.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna start going
from
by
Georgia,
grits.
huh?
Just call me grits.
That's where I was born. And I spent time there too.
I'll be cheese grits.
I spent a lot of time there.
Just call me whiskey.
Actually, taught me a lot. It really I really learned.
Right.
I really learned to love the earth because it was my dad's sister's husband. And it was 400 acres. They had cattle, they had horses and hay, a lot of hay, and storage of hay, just a cattle farm. And their actual yard was fenced off, and it had a electricity shock on there, so nothing was coming into the yard. But I would just sleep outside, just with the blanket. No, the cows were fine. They just wouldn't try to go through the fence or anything else. This is way up in Northwest Georgia. There's predators and stuff out there.
Predators and aliens.
Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. So, but no, there was it was a nice fenced area, and a static electric. And I don't know what charge it was, but it was an electric fence that went around the whole thing. So I felt safe, and I slept I would just sleep outside with just a pillow and a blanket and a sheet, and they had a tub and a shower out there. I spent so much time outside, straight up, for just as long as I could. It was crazy. I just loved the earth. When I growing up in Florida, there's woods and stuff, but it's different than mountainous places and where you can get lost and never found again. Florida, you just walk in one direction and you'll find something. You're gonna find something. Just don't swim in the water. Just be careful with. Just stay. You'll find something. But out here, because I don't know. I can just go be in nature, and that's why I have a concern to have a device where I can have thousands of songs and not need cell phone service. Because since I've left Florida, there's been a lot of times where I was somewhere that I did not have any type of service or anything, no type of communication. So I had a device that has so much music on it, and I could just go do my thing for days.
You're going old school now.
Yeah, it's dope. Well, I said, if I go to the moon,
MP3 players.
iPod
Nano. Get your iPod Nano. Put the 3,000 songs on it.
The next phone of this I'm gonna buy can take a terabyte SD card. I'm gonna slide it in there and put fucking 8,000 songs on it, dude, and be I can go to the moon. Yeah, I can go to the moon with this, dude. I'll be in space just chilling. Listening to fucking dude, no, seriously, I have 7,000 songs on this phone.
I remember those old iPod.
No, I'm a music that's why, dude. That's why I'm in the music industry again, as an investor with concerts. And the only reason why I was brought in this is because I pushed myself around music so much. Tonk 7 is my stage aim. I was with the record label. Music is I put out an album and everything. Music is it's been such an important part of my life as far as being able to just be alone and go feel better and listen to some music and zone out and deal with stresses and stuff. Cause like the life that I had and how difficult it was, if it wasn't for me being able to like go to that, I don't know. I wouldn't have turned out the same. So it was a good escape. And now that I have like so much experience with it, it's like I just vibe with like so many artists and like the managers and everybody. I go there and I'm like a part of the whole thing because I've been a part of it. So like now that I'm really getting into it like this, it's crazy. I'm having a lot of fun. But yeah, it's like but they say like it's the culture, like it's just a culture of like harnessing music and having it around you. You know what I mean?
Well, not too many people know this. Back in the day when I was listening to music, I used to do like this. Okay,
flip
the tape.
Oh yeah, I was. That's the first real hip hop song I adhered to was "Slippin'" by DMX. And it was on a cassette tape my friend had, and I was playing baseball. And like just like he taught, like I just felt like it was the first time I ever connected, because I had like roots in country music and rock and music, and like I have I had things in common with country music and rock music, but I also had a lot of things in common with hip hop music and the struggle of having a single mom and like, impoverished conditions and but like not that my mom wasn't doing the best job she could, but it was very hard for her. And like, I didn't hear that from country music, but I heard it from rap music. And I was like, wow, like it's, like I feel like this music understands who I am.
Yeah, I like Slipping because it was I love the lyrics from it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It attracted me to listen to rap. Like it was lyrics. I don't support a lot of I don't support things that go on in rap industry, but it's the culture. Like I still get. Like all these concerts and stuff I go to, I have a whole shit ton of CDs now that are signed by multiple artists. Like I'm gonna meet tomorrow. I'm gonna be there early for sound check. I'm gonna see Dizzy Wright again, and he's on this album by Chris Webby. I've had 5 other artists sign this album, and I'm gonna have Dizzy sign it tomorrow. So that'll be 6. Is that freaking crazy? Mm-hmm. Like that's insane, dude. It's awesome. Like I'm really happy. Like it feels good to like be
Dizzy who?
Dizzy Wright.
Oh, okay.
He's a pretty cool dude. I've met him a couple times now, and his music is more about just like chilling and he loves weed. Like he's got a lot of weed songs and he's a cool dude in person. Like he's the tour he's doing right now. He's doing at like a discount rate and as a means to like support his true fan core. And he has like 4 major cities that he's doing that on. And Seattle is one of those cities. I'm going there. I'm going to know other people there, but I know one of the openers, but he's a cool dude. So it's,
by the way, I used to, back in 2006 to 2008, whenever I got fired from Barry University, I used to do internet radio at the college, and I used to interview underground artists. One of the artists I interviewed was I've interviewed the artist, the famous artist I did interview was Plies, Wiz Khalifa, and the owner of Slip and Slide Records. But that's near here and there. One of the guys I did interview, his name was Bread from the Groundhogs. As a matter of fact, Flow Rider used to be a part of the Groundhogs.
Okay.
But anyway, that's neither here nor there. But he did a song. It was called Legalize, right? And he used the beat from Could You Be Loved and Be Loved from Bob Marley.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, yeah, that was. I mean, I that's one of the things that made me
definitely
look at the music industry differently was when I did that, because I see the underground artists, right? It's a lot more freedom. You have more freedom when you're doing underground but when I did the interview with Ted Lucas, who was the owner of Slip and Slide, he was saying that, look, I choose the songs that goes on the album, not the artist. So at the end of the day, even though when you sign to a label, you can have 100 good songs that you feel is bomb, but if the owner doesn't like it, guess what? It's not going on the album.
Yeah. Well, I mean, nowadays it's everyone's independent nowadays. There's so many independent artists. So it's
well, that's why the mainstream media hates the what we do and what people do on social media, because they can't have editorial rights on that. It's like back in the day, a magazine or a newspaper editor could not publish somebody's stuff, let's say because of the color of their skin. You know what I mean? Like back in the 50s and 60s. Now it's like, hey, you don't have the right, message or whatever. Then, in other words, the big networks before the advent of the internet, they could hold back information from us. So our picture of reality was completely controlled by the mainstream media. Whereas now it's like, yeah, you compromise and you do have a lot of bullshit out there. But at the same time, you have people like us that can get up here and tell the world whatever we need to say without it being, edited, let's say, by major news networks. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah. Social media.
Kind of one big cookie cutter.
Right. For instance, the mainstream media might tell you, oh, all the Dolphin games are sold out every week. And I can tell you, yeah, but half of the freaking jerseys in the stadium are the opposing team.
Yeah. They'll tell you about the total sales, but they'll
for example.
No, that's crazy. You guys have a digital driver's license.
Minnesota and the Giants. I was surprised to see that many Giants fans in there. Even being 1-5 at the time, they actually had a decent.
Who played last night? That was
the Giants. The Giants. Yeah, the Giants only go once every. The Giants only get to see their team go once every 8 years. And you know what's fucked up was, I think the one time the Giants were supposed to be at Hard Rock, it went overseas. That game went overseas.
Yeah. It was a home game for us, but it was overseas.
That was 49ers and Vikings last night.
Last night, 49ers Vikings game on Monday night. This Thursday, I think, is who? The Ravens and Tennessee or something like that.
Oh, I think this Thursday, is the Bucks.
Oh, okay, Bucks playing. Okay.
Yeah. Man, freaking Bucks, man. They better not go 0-3 in these 3 weeks, man.
Tonk's like, yeah. Okay, my dad was a Bucks fan, man. He don't.
Well, it's just football, and it's like a team that I want to watch too. It's like nice.
Yeah. I mean, again, they're in the other conference, so it really does. You know what I mean? Like, they've never been anything that affected the Dolphins in any way, so I've never had an issue. You know what I mean? And they're in Florida, so I'm gonna take them over anybody if it comes down to it. If it's an NFC Championship game and the Bucks are in it, I'm rooting for the Bucks, of course.
Right. Yeah, because it really don't affect what the outcome of what we do.
We only
play them in the season or a Super Bowl.
You're right. I would just rather they wear their creamsicles because I don't really care for
the old-fashioned creamsicles when Testaverde was the quarterback. Or hell,
I mean those are bad, dude. I get it.
Yeah.
But
what was I gonna ask? Your digital driver's license, is that considered like an enhanced ID where you could use it as a passport card to drive into Canada?
Yeah, it's got the real ID thing that they go on. Yeah, so it's certified real ID as well. So I can actually whip it out, and it will be. I can legally show it to any officer around the state.
So crypto question, real quick. I'm sorry to overtop you, Tonk. I just had a quick question on that note, crypto. Is that backed on some kind of government created blockchain that we don't know about? Is that how they're encrypting and authenticating that stuff?
No,
it's the same technology as your passport.
It's statewide.
Well, I mean, if it's on your phone, how do they like? And it's real ID. How does it get authenticated? Like, I can make an image on my phone, make it look like anything I want. Because you know what I mean.
It's your passport
because it's sent because it's sent straight to your phone. And I guess embedded in the QR code portion of it.
Oh, so it's QR code. Okay, it's QR coded. Right. So there is some way to authenticate. Okay, gotcha. So that a cop or somebody will scan that QR code and
yeah, they'll scan the code. Yep. And then it'll
it's probably similar to what
let's say if I faked it or whatever, and it was a whatever regular barcode of my own, they will scan it, and it'll just come back bogus.
Okay.
I just googled it. I just googled it. Colorado, Maryland, and Georgia have digital licenses.
Right, but you could see crypto how they could eventually authenticate that with a blockchain. You know what I mean?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
Like you could see how that could be utilized.
Oracles. Yeah, I would suspect that
like the image itself could be authenticated based on a blockchain code. You know what I mean?
I have mine.
Yeah, and the company will be probably Chainlink.
They call it
just like an NFT. Just like an NFT.
They call it
Yeah. You said Georgia. I thought it was a southern state. You said Georgia.
Georgia, Colorado. Yeah, Georgia, Colorado, and Maryland.
Yeah, so Colorado. So, yeah, I knew it was a couple of them just starting to roll out. As when I saw that I got the text message or the message on my phone saying download your digital ID, I'm like, what the hell? And I clicked on the link, and then lo and behold, it went to the DMV site, and then my Google Wallet. It just transported it right into my Google Wallet when I put it on my.
But y'all realize the Bible is coming true.
It pretty much is.
I don't know.
Maybe it was a part of the whole.
But mine's called an enhanced ID, and it just has the passport information in it.
Right. Oh, your driver's license for Washington has a.
Well, you're gonna have. So you're gonna have to do
it doubles as your.
A passport card that I can drive into Canada or Mexico.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's the same thing as what crypto said. Yeah. So you can't use it as a passport to like fly to another country. But if you wanted to drive into Canada or Mexico, then you can use what crypto has or what I have.
So the Queen recognizes it as a driver's license up in Canada.
I guess so.
Right.
Well, the Queen is in charge up there, bro.
But at the same time, next year.
I'm sorry, the King is in charge up there now.
Next year, if you don't have.
Yep.
Look, next year, if you don't have an enhanced ID where you have to show your passport, like Florida, you have to show your passport to renew it. So that's considered an enhanced ID. Different. Mine is different than just showing your birth certificate. But the entire country, federally, you're not going to be able to fly to another state unless you have an enhanced ID.
Right, a real ID. We have the real ID.
Right, the real ID. So, like, there's different versions of them.
Now, your driver's license
we have it in Florida.
Yeah, your new driver's license will probably say it now because they would.
It says enhanced driver's license, and it has.
Yeah, we have it in Florida now. It's basically conforming to an authentication program for identification.
Yeah,
so when we switched over to Real ID, we now have to show our birth certificate and all kinds of stuff to get our.
I had to do that a long time ago, though. I had to do that in 2000.
I'm glad I got I did.
Right, Tonk, because they were already rolling.
I didn't want to go get
Tonk, because they were already rolling stuff out by then. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It was just like it made me because I had to fucking buy my birth certificate. I had to have it mailed here from Georgia to Florida. And so like it was a lot to do, and I'm glad I did it a long time ago and had to.
Can I get with you one day on how you did that, bro? It's like on a serious note.
Yeah.
Okay, because I've had issues my whole life of trying to track mine down, bro. Being that I was born in Germany. I was born in Germany.
Germany?
Yeah, and so
go to the embassy.
I tried to go to the State Department's website to figure out how to apply for a duplicate, and it's like, bro, the place is a nightmare. That freaking website is a nightmare.
You should go to the embassy.
And half the documents are old on it. You know what I mean? But and I'm wondering if my parents filed one with Palm Beach County when they brought me over here. You know what I mean? But I don't know. See, that's why I'm asking you. When you had to get yours from Georgia or in Georgia, who did you engage with in Florida to request that? The county?
The DMV. DMV.
Probably the Department of Vital Records. The
DMV. Because they said you have to. They have to. They said you need to go get your birth certificate. I was like, well, I don't have a birth certificate. They're like, well, you need to go to they told me the website for Georgia. It was like something. They told me a specific because I didn't have internet to go use.
Records,
Vital Records. That's what they told me to look for in Georgia. I mailed them. I had to mail them. I think because this was a little bit before I had internet. You know what I mean? Like I didn't just look on my phone.
Right.
And I had to mail from the Georgia, but I would go to the embassy, the German embassy.
Yeah, that may be the case. I mean, they have at least somebody would have record on one side or the other. You know what I mean? I know on our side it would be. On our side, it would be the State Department federally. You know what I mean?
Like if my dad came in to get your information from Germany.
If my dad brought us in through the military, then it would be likely that'd be the State Department. You know what I mean? But I don't know.
Oh, so you were. Oh, then the military should have that information.
The only thing I have is
it probably is. They probably already have the record of it.
The only thing I have is a report of my birth from the United States run hospital in Germany.
Right. Was it?
But the document's in German. You know what I mean? Well, it's in all the languages, but you know what I mean. It's notarized by a German.
You can't take that.
Is it the Landstuhl hospital? Or the one in Wartburg?
It's literally the same document that Obama has.
You can't get that
for the live birth. The certificate of live birth.
The certificate of birth abroad.
Well, it's like, what the fuck? Like, I don't know, man. It's like, that's what you have. That's what you have. I mean, I don't know, dude. I would take that to the embassy.
They have it, yeah. This probably already got the state seal on it.
I might have to run for president. You know, if I run for president, then it'll get exposed, and then maybe it'll get cleared up finally.
Thank you.
They'll actually bring it forth.
Be like, show your birth certificate. No, actually, you go find it
office first.
He's like,
Ali will be your running mate.
Can you be Can you be a governor in the state of Florida and be a citizen of another country?
I don't know.
You can. Yeah, you can't go. Arnold Schwarzenegger was
governor.
How
does the military?
I know that was California, but do Florida let that happen? Is that permissible in Florida?
Yeah, I'm sure. I'm sure there's a Cuban that been governed to be governor.
You know, this crazy that.
And they wear the ribbon.
I think your parents make sure you have that information.
What's that, Tonk?
So, like, your parents didn't have a way to make sure that you have that information.
Well, the one that I have regular contact with doesn't, but the one that probably does, kind of doesn't really, he puts it on the other one, you know.
So your parents were
no help on that. Suffice it to say, no help.
Your parent was in the military, and you were born over there, and then came here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Damn, that's crazy.
But I have, at one point in my life, my mother was able to attain. Yes, my mother was able to attain an American passport for me. So somebody has a copy of my birth certificate.
So then, what do you? Well, then
one of them had to have the copy.
I'm definitely an American. My father is American, so I'm definitely an American. And yes, I am a natural born citizen. Despite what people might think, I could be president.
I'm not disputing that.
Well, yeah,
no, I was having a debate with another friend of mine, Tonk, that was real adamant that I couldn't. You know what I mean? So I just was putting that out.
The reason you were over there is because your dad was in the military. Like that's That's what happens when you're in the military.
He was physically born on United States soil. It was property of the government.
Yeah, but regardless, though.
Well, look at Ted Cruz.
On top of the fact that the treaty of 1957 explicitly spells out that if you have an American parent, you are an American. I could also have claimed German citizenship if I wanted to, but that's not what happened.
Yeah. You look at Ted Cruz. Look, Ted Cruz has a Cuban dad that came from Cuba.
Right.
His mom is American. He was born in Canada.
Here's the thing, though. Had I claimed dual citizenship, then I would not be eligible to run for president. That I could agree with.
So, are you trying to run for president?
If you said if you claim, so you say you'd have to renounce your United States citizenship for to be.
Well, no, you could have both, but by saying that, by claiming it from another country, you're claiming 50% allegiance. You see what I'm saying? So how could you be president if you're claiming 50% allegiance to another country?
No, but why even concerned?
Yeah, but I think you being nationalized at that hospital,
the novelty,
is what made you,
or nostalgia, I guess.
I think you being nationalized was at the hospital though that you was born at. That's what.
Yeah, it was a military run hospital.
That's why I'm saying.
Right.
That's why. Yeah,
that's what nationalizes you. The hospital itself.
I mean, there's got to be. It's probably still ran by the. I mean, I would go to the government.
It would be the same as if I was born in the C-130 Hercules that brought me over here.
The military should really be able to help you.
Right. If you was literally born on board that plane, you would be officially a United States citizen. Or if you were born in an embassy over there on their soil, you still will be declared a citizen.
Correct.
Because the embassy is territory of us.
Correct. No different than if you were born in Arizona before it became a state.
Right. It was. Yep. So, Shake Money, you running for president?
No.
I don't know, Tonk, but
we got to get
you got me thinking, though, Tonk. With some of the people that have been able to run for president and their skeletons, I'm pretty sure I might be able to, man. I think the world could handle my skeletons, bro. I really do.
I'll keep mine in the closet.
Well, that's a prerequisite of most high offices.
I keep mine in the closet.
I mean, given the skeletons that Americans have forgiven over the years, I think I might be all right.
Well, yeah, Schwarzenegger definitely was able to get the California one. But I was just wondering how many of the 50 states do follow the national law, or they just
well, that would just be a matter of our state. That would just be a matter of state constitution. Like I'd have to look at the Florida state constitution.
I mean, I thought that was pretty cool that he was able to become governor.
Yeah,
I am the governor.
Yeah, born in Austria.
I mean, I think that was cool.
Austrian born, yeah.
Why?
The governor.
Crypto, most early states kind of got lazy and just mimicked the United States Constitution. So it's probably fair to predict that it would be like that, whatever the U.S. Constitution is in Florida.
Right.
So anyway,
like the original colonies may
Buccaneers this Thursday
may not let Schwarzenegger like Schwarzenegger.
Yeah, well, for the most part, the early, like I said, for the most part, the early states just got lazy and kind of almost just copied the United States Constitution.
Right, that's what I was saying, because Schwarzenegger probably couldn't be a governor of the original 13 colonies.
Right. Right. And maybe some earlier than 1846 or so, you know.
No, if you had anything but not he was Caucasian, but with that accent, no way, dude.
Right. I think Cali became the state. I think Cali.
You're halfway there, dude. But with that accent,
I think California became a state like in the 1850s. So yeah, it might be like prior to the 1840s. You know what I mean? Your Constitution was pretty much written like although Missouri's boxed the United States Constitution a little bit. They claim they claim veto power over federal law and shit. It's funny. In vain, of course, but it still is. It's still written that way, even though it's in vain.
I don't know. Yeah.
Because the U.S. Supreme Court would probably strike it down.
Well, that's precisely what the Civil War was fought over. Was federal supremacy. You know what I mean?
Right. You probably have that'll definitely be unanimous.
All right, so I'm getting pretty tired. So we
Well, you got the power tonight, Tonk. We're only going because of you, buddy.
The power's in your hand. The power of Grayskull. By the power of Grayskull.
You got the power of life and death in your hands right now, bro.
Yeah,
thumbs up or thumbs down.
It'll be a good weekend for football.
I immediately regret this decision.
Dolphins, they got a good chance to win this game, so
what do you think, Tom? Do you think we'll rebound just fine against the Patriots, not even have to worry?
I think we'll be okay. They got a lot of they need to fix some serious, because like to compete with Kansas City, man.
Yep.
You ain't lying.
Yeah. You ain't lying.
Gotta tighten up.
Blake man pitches to Sarge. The Sarge bumps into his own man. It's a fumble. Fumble-aya. Sarge Fumbleina Wilkerson fumbles the ball.
All right. Well,
Shake's getting trigger happy.
I'll see y'all later.
All right.
You got all the cool you got all the cool memes. God damn. All right, guys. Well, we'll close it out, man. Peace out, man. Fins up.
Peace out. Fins up, everyone.